Welcome back. And of course, y'all, welcome back to another episode of Her Court, Her Rules. And y'all already know how we turns up over here, okay? And today is not going to be any different, except for there might be a little less filters on today's episode, okay? So go ahead and get your popcorn, get your snacks, okay? Because it's about to be a movie. First and foremost, it's your girl, Naja Lee. I got to introduce my co-host. What's your name? Who you repping? Okay, y'all see what he got on. Introduce us, please.
Your boy Hustle in the building, man. You know, Big Buffalo, big upstate in the building, you know, sneaks and cleats. We want to know, man.
Let's go. That was a good win, fellas.
Yeah,
That was a
it
good
was,
win,
man.
Buffalo. Great win. And listen, I already know that your energy was high because the prior episode you was like, my boys play. You know what I'm saying? We got a tough one against the Ravens.
Yeah.
You feel me? We got that on record, on
Yeah.
tape that you said we got a tough one against the Ravens. And it was that. So shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to resilience, okay, and overcoming. Sure. Okay.
Overcoming, yeah. 40 to 25, 4 minutes left. Came back and won by one with the field goal. Man. It was one of those.
And on the flip side, me being a Browns fan, we lost with the field goal because our kicker can't make nothing. Okay, missed the extra point, which was the reason why we was in the mess in the first place.
Right.
And then missed the kick to win the game. Boy, I tell you, if we don't start the season looking like buffoons, we wouldn't be the Browns. We wouldn't be the Browns. It's just who we are. We start how we finish, and we usually keep up the buffoonery for 16, now 17 games. Congratulations, Cleveland Browns. But shout out to you, Buffalo Bills and the Bills Nation. You're heard.
Bills right, in the building. Week 1 in the books.
Week 1 in the books. All right, y'all. Y'all know the title today, and the topic on hand is Angel Reese. Okay. Does trading Angel solidify Chicago as the worst franchise? And where we're going to talk about it because we're going to look at these 8 playoff teams, and where amongst the 8 playoff teams do you think she would thrive? If you don't think she would thrive in one of these top 8 playoff teams, then let us know in the chat if you think she's going to thrive at a Dallas or a Connecticut or wherever. Okay. So today is going to be an interesting show, y'all. And I want to preface this show by just asking y'all a question, right? A little bit of story. Y'all know, y'all boxing fans. We got some boxing fans in the house. I know I'm a boxing fan. I know my boy Hustle is a boxing fan, right? We got a huge fight Saturday. Huge fight. I'm talking about fight of the year. Could be potentially fight of the decade. Fight of the era. You feel me? With Terrence Buddy Crawford. Y'all know. Come on, y'all know. Y'all know Buddy. Y'all know my buddy. And Canelo, right? It's not too many boxers that can just go around with the one name. Canelo can. Okay? Okay, he's Canelo. Okay, Kobe, Canelo. So these 2 figures, prominent figures, Buddy known for, everybody is calling him pound for pound best boxer in the world. Canelo has an entire country on his back. Not state, country, y'all. Okay, he is the most hyped boxer out of Mexico, and I don't know how long. Could we say ever? Maybe, I don't know. We're gonna have to look at the records, right?
Yeah.
Here's the point, and here's the transition.
I mean, yeah.
The people are saying Buddy Crawford, the reason why he's so elite is not because he has skills, right? And he has a tool chest with all these different tools. He could pull them out at any time. It's not the amount of skills that he has, y'all. It's the fact that he knows exactly what to do, exactly when to do it. Okay? He's a tactician, right? And so the question that I have today is the power of knowing the tools that you have and knowing when to use them. For Chicago and the Chicago's franchise, y'all, my question to the chat early out the gate. Does Chicago know what tool they have, what resource, what powerhouse they have in Angel Reese? Or do they know what they have and don't know when to pull that tool out and put it up in the front and say, this the money maker right here. We're gonna ride it. We're gonna ride her. We gonna listen. We're gonna do what we need to do to make sure not only our money maker is happy, that we win. Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. But first and foremost, the playoffs about to start, y'all. Are y'all
Sunday,
ready for the playoffs?
Sunday. They start Sunday, baby,
The playoffs start Sunday.
at 1 p.m.
Okay. And the brackets are practically set. There may be a little bit of movement by Sunday. Okay. By the close of this week, Thursday, Friday, there may be 1 to 2 teams that flip seeds, but it's not going to be that significant. Okay. We're not talking about somebody can make, jump to the 2nd seed from the 5th seed in 2 days. Is flip, and a 7 and 8 might flip. So let's talk about it, right? Here are the playoffs. Here are the brackets. Okay. Today is a big game. Today, we have Atlanta versus Connecticut at 7:00. Okay. And how that affects the bracket, and y'all jump in here and let us know who y'all want to win based on the bracket, based on seeds, who you got winning it all. Let us know. Talk back. All right. So based on this game tonight, Atlanta versus Connecticut. Obviously, Connecticut has been long eliminated. Okay. Long a time ago. Okay. Never was in discussion. But Atlanta right now, y'all, is sitting at our 3rd seed. So look at the graphic. Atlanta is sitting at the 3rd seed, and they have a game tonight against Connecticut. Now, if they win this game tonight, and then Las Vegas, who is currently the 2nd seed, and they have identical records, y'all. Let's pull it up. Because y'all may think I'm bugging. Because if y'all haven't been watching, you might think that there is an edge as far as records and win percentages between the 2 teams, and there isn't. They're identical. Okay, they're both sitting at win percentage of about 67%. 29 wins, 14 losses. Okay. So only thing that we need to look forward towards the end of the season with these 2 and 3 seeds is who's going to be 2 and who's going to be 3. I mean, really. And so if we go back to the bracket and if we look at and see who's 2 and who's 3, then that means that either team will be playing either Golden State or Indiana first round, right? But let's fast forward and let's just keep it a beam. Really, what we're looking at is 2nd round Vegas and Atlanta. That's really what we're looking at. Now, Hustle, you let me know if you think that there will be any upset between Golden State and Indiana clipping Vegas or Atlanta. Well, do you think that can even potentially happen?
I mean, technically anything can happen.
Yeah, technically.
Technically, but I don't really seeing it happen. Now, mind you, again, if this was like a best of 1 series, then obviously,
like March Madness type stuff.
Yeah. If it was something like that, But best of 3, best of 5, I just don't think Golden State or Indiana could beat Vegas. This Vegas on a 15-game winning streak right now. I was kind of hoping, or even if they lose tomorrow, so tomorrow is the last game for everybody. If today is not the last day, then tomorrow is the last game for everybody. So we know everything by tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I would like for Vegas to lose tomorrow, only on the strength of I feel like the more games you win in a row, I feel like the more pressure that builds on you, right? And I feel like get the loss out the way. I mean, because if they don't lose, I mean, they could go end up being like 21-0, something like that, 21, 22-0 to finish the season, which is dope. But I just feel like every game is added pressure. It's just added pressure. That's why we haven't really seen undefeated teams. On football, last undefeated team we saw was 72 with the Dolphins. early 2000s, you had the Patriots that went undefeated all the way to the Super Bowl. Then they lost to the Giants. I just feel like it's just a lot of added pressure with each win after a certain amount. After 10-0, it's like it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. But nah, I don't see Golden State or Indiana beating Vegas or Atlanta, whoever they play again. We won't really know. That could switch between today's game and tomorrow's game. So it might switch, but nah, I don't see either one of them winning against either team in the series.
Yeah, I completely agree. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and pull up the I'm gonna pull up the schedules for the next couple days just so we can actually see what's happening. So today, obviously, we got the Dream and the Sun at 7 o'clock. Thursday, okay, this is the last day, right? Because ain't
Yeah,
nothing else after that. Tomorrow's the last day. Thursday, we got Liberty versus the Sky. That doesn't matter because whether Liberty lose or not, they're still going to be the fifth seed.
yeah,
Mercury versus Wings, same case. Win or lose, they're still the fourth seed.
yeah,
Valkyries versus Lynx. Now that could be interesting, right? Because I mean, if they lose, they could potentially drop seeds, but I believe they're clinched regardless. But I
yeah,
think they clinched the seventh seed though. Like that,
yeah.
I don't think Seattle can even move up. So that's another game that
Right.
doesn't even matter.
It
And
doesn't
then
matter. Yeah.
Aces and Sparks. Technically, this game doesn't matter per se, but obviously with the seeds. Now, usually we see at the end of the season, especially that last game, you probably gonna play your starters the first half, maybe, and after that, they're probably benched. That's how I would play it. I'm not Becky, okay, and we know Becky. She on her way to be GOAT status in the WNBA coaching. So that being said, because this is a prideful team, I think they're gonna play normal stuff. They might rest them in the fourth quarter, but I think we're going to see the same Aces mojo as far as rotations and everything that first quarter, first half. Plus, Cheyenne Parker Tice is back, so I think that they're gonna need some games, live games with her in the rotation, just so they can see. But that's like a scary secret weapon to have going into the playoffs because there's not a lot of tape on her yet, right? There's no tape on her. I mean, we got one game. So it should be very interesting going into the playoffs. But like you were saying, as far as the undefeated, you know what I mean? Even if they finish the season undefeated, um, I still think that the first round, regardless of how they finish the season, I thought they was gonna sweep that first round.
Yeah.
Okay. So that being said, we might be looking at a situation where Atlanta and Vegas, those last 4 or 5 games of the season, they won all those. They won the first round, and both teams might be not looking for, but both teams will be facing their first loss in a significant amount of time in the second round. Like I'm just fast forwarding it to
Yeah.
say, it
Right.
might be, oh shit, one of y'all gonna have to go ahead and hold this L.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all might not be that familiar with holding them, but you're gonna have to hold that.
Yeah. One of them gonna have to. Yeah, for
One of
sure.
them gonna have to.
Mhm.
So may the best woman, best team win. And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, what we know about the W, especially playoffs, man, we really see the stars show up. It's not often where the stars don't show up in the playoffs.
Right.
Okay. Usually the people know what the people need to do and they just do it.
Mhm.
So I'm excited. I'm excited to see how the playoffs start and to see the energy from the 6th, 7th, and 8th seed teams. Because again, we know that anything can happen in the W. So as confident as we are in those top 4 teams in the W, we know that it can get hairy. Okay, and we
Mhm.
if one of these games become a barn burner, then it can go either way. You feel me? It could go either way.
Right.
So shout out to the W because this been one hell of a roller coaster ride of a season, y'all. I don't know. This is probably the most WNBA games I've watched in one season, and it was 44 games. Okay. As far as I'm a Vegas fan, I've watched so many other teams this year, and I'm usually I watch whoever Vegas playing. You feel me? Or I watch whatever the matinee game on NBA TV or whatever. But I ain't hopping in the app to watch all y'all other teams. I'm just watching my team whenever I want to. You feel me? But this season, it's so many key players that we can highlight from all the top 8 teams that are not the name brand players. Not the Asians, not the Jackies, not the Fees, you know what I'm saying? Not the Ryans. There are other X factor players on these playoff teams that I would love to at least go ahead and say, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, because without y'all, regardless of what the starters was doing, as far as the hitters, regardless of what the hitters was doing or not doing, without those X factor role players, they wouldn't be in the same position. They wouldn't be in this very position, right?
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into the Angel Reese shenanigans, because we about to go ahead and wrap up a weekly roundup. I mean, the WNBA season is over, y'all. Ain't much to talk about but the playoffs.
Right.
So next week we gonna have a lot to discuss. Okay, so let's just go by team and let's just highlight maybe 1 or 2 players that are the main hitters that we just want to say, you know what I'm saying, you had a great season. Okay, and we're looking forward for you to be the X factor in the playoffs. Let's start with our number 1 seed, the Minnesota Lynx. Who do you think is the X factor on the Minnesota Lynx?
On the Minnesota Lynx,
I'm about to pull the roster up right now, so you ain't about to be reaching.
No, for me, I mean, I feel like I always feel like with that team is going to be Kayla McBride. Just
True.
in the strength of like, it's just certain players. I just feel like in the regular season game, I guess you really never know, because with regular season games, you don't even know if the other team is at full strength. So that's how you get certain times, certain games to where you get like a player that you wouldn't expect to be the offensive, leader as far as points go, because that can happen on my team. On my team, we could have 2 people sitting out. So yeah, we got the ninth person on the roster scoring a lot. All right, because they don't ever get burned. The other team, it can happen both ways. So it could really, as far as the regular season goes, it depends. But as far as like when it comes to playoff times, your roster, your rotation is down to like 8, 7, maybe 8. So with that being the case, I feel like Kayla McBride, I'm not saying she has to score 20 plus, but she has to be efficient, and she can't have games in the playoffs. When you one of those players, when you between either you one of the best players, right? You're a star, you're an all-star. You can't have in the playoffs. We speaking playoffs right now, right? You can't have them games where you only have 8 points, 9 points, 10 points. You can't do it. You can't do it. So if she's having, mind you, they're probably playing the Storm, right? Right. So again, the Storm is the AC, but they're not an AC team.
Nah, not at all.
They're not an AC team. They just had a bad end of July, because the trade happened. August 5th was the trade with Slim or whatever. So, and then they won some games, lost some games, but at that point they was already the record was already not looking good at that point. Before it was, though, I feel like before All-Star break they was good. For that month and a half before All-Star break, they were good. All-Star July, they had a bad July. They had a bad July, and then a rough start to August, and then the trade happened with that. So it was just a lot going on at that time. Whatever was going on with the Joel Lloyd situation, I felt like that could have had like some lingering effects too. Maybe you really never know, right? You really never know. But I just feel like they're definitely not an AC. They should be in the top 5, top 4, top 5 where they were at for the majority of the first half of the season, again before the All-Star break. So they're really not an AC team. So upset wise, that could be an upset, but that's just basically going off of 1 beating the 8. It's not like we're saying, like I'm saying Washington You know what I mean? Like Washington gonna beat Minnesota. No. If
Yeah,
Washington was AC, no. The Spurs was AC, no. They probably win a game, but I don't see neither one of them teams winning a series against Minnesota.
yeah, no.
Seattle, I could see that. So this is a game to where Kayla McBride, she got to step up. She got to be big time.
Okay. I wouldn't really argue with that as far as the X factor for Minnesota Lynx. The only other name that I would throw out would be Jessica Shepard,
Okay,
because I just think that
okay,
her height and her shooting, I think that
hmm
obviously she could turn up at any time.
yeah.
So, between either one of those players, obviously,
And matchup wise, right? So that I like that one too. That would be
yeah,
my 1B. That would be my 1B, and mainly because right, she's a big. And what we know about Seattle, they got great bigs. I'm gonna say
yeah,
great, great.
I
You
would
got
agree.
Neca and you got Malunga. And even Malunga 19, even though she come off the bench, I'm saying she's on her way to be great. But from the flashes that I've seen from her, she's already there. She's from France. She's been playing professional basketball technically for a couple years now. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? They almost
yeah,
France almost beat the US in the Olympics this past Olympics. And she was, but you know, the US barely won. She was on that team. Gabby Williams is on that team, you know, amongst others. But as far as on the Seattle roster,
right.
so they already know how to play at that intense level. Like her at 19, or she might even be 18 because I don't know when her birthday is. So we're gonna just say she was 18 because this is last summer. So 18, and she's playing against these WNBA players that's already been. She was still in college. Well, not really college. I don't really know how they doing in France, but she wasn't in the W. You know what I mean? She
Yeah,
wasn't in the W last year, and she's playing against WNBA players, and they almost won, and she played a good part in that. So with Jessica Shepard on Minnesota, that's definitely an X factor because Seattle got size. You got to match that. Whoever plays Seattle in the playoffs, however it go, if you don't have size, it's gonna be tough. It's going to be tough.
facts, facts. Um, and they got Ezzy though. They still got Ezzy, so
Exactly.
they got a
That,
lot of bigs.
that's what I'm saying. Exactly. They got bigs on their team, and a lot of teams don't have that. You know, boom. If we go to the Aces, right? I know we're not on Aces yet, but
No, we can go ahead and
if
pull it up. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
I was just gonna speak on I was just gonna speak on the roster, speaking on bigs, right? Like Vegas don't have that many bigs.
Mm-mm,
You know, you got
mm-mm.
Asia, you got Nalissa Smith. Um, I mean,
And Tyus, and they got Kia Stokes. I mean, but you know how I feel
yeah,
about that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And she not even really a big. I mean, she a big, I guess, but to me, she like a 3-4. Like she ain't really
No,
a 4-5.
Kia Stokes ain't no 3-4.
She
Okay.
ain't a 4-5 either, man.
No, she a 5. She's just
I'm.
a
I mean,
5
her.
with low value,
Yeah.
with very little usage because there's not much. Again, I look at her and I be
And
like,
you do
okay,
got
that's like
tired.
a Gobert, except for you don't dominate on the boards and you're not blocking everybody's shot. But you give me exactly what we think Gobert is gonna give us offensively, which is what 6 points a game. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's not nothing significant.
Yeah. And then like you
So
said, you
yeah,
got
I completely
Cheyenne. And then
agree.
like you
They ain't
said,
got no
Cheyenne
bigs.
coming back. We just don't know what we're gonna get from her yet. You know, we might get a glimpse of it tomorrow if she play. Hopefully she should play tomorrow. So we'll probably get a glimpse of that, but we don't know what we're gonna get from her. But she gonna bring the size. I mean, I guess that's really what it's about. That's what a Rudy gonna do. You know, that's what the key itself's gonna do. Like they don't get that size to where it's like semi-intimidating. Like you're gonna think about going to the hole. Like you still might go, but
Yeah,
you're gonna think about it because you got somebody that's 6'6", 6'7", 6'8" under the, you know what I mean, under the rim. So you're gonna think about it. You might still take them because it ain't an Asia. It ain't somebody that's
yeah,
gonna block your shot. You feel me? But it's like, ooh, they still tall as hell. So I'ma think about it before I go. So no matter what size is good to have.
true. And we already seen a little bit of Cheyenne's first game. Like she had her first game against the Aces. I mean, against Chicago. And she scored 8 points in 8 minutes.
Hmm. Yeah.
I'll take it. Now,
You would
now
take
again,
that. Yeah,
it's
we
against
take that.
Chicago with no Angel Reese. Okay, so who down there that can check Cheyenne Parker time? Nobody in
Right.
Chicago can. not a soul. So
Yeah.
but again, that she's going to be very critical that first round, regardless if they play Valkyries or Indiana. They gonna need that body that can score
Hmm.
because Kia Stokes not giving you no buckets. Um, let's see what about our other playoff teams that we have. We just looked at the Aces roster really quickly. The X factor on the Aces team. I'm gonna go with Dana Evans. That's my girl. But I got her being the X factor on that team because if she can get you 12 points, coming off the bench per game in the playoffs, I'm putting my money on Aces every single game because that spark and that speed and when she is efficient, it's just nothing you can really truly do with it off the bench. So yeah, and we know that Dana Evans was a key player in the Chicago's championship off the bench.
Hmm.
So she's familiar with this role here in Vegas, and I would love to see her thrive in the playoffs this year. But who do you got? If it's not Dana, who would you have as the X factor for Vegas?
I mean, I feel like when it comes to playoffs, championships, big time players got to play big. So I'm gonna go with Jewel Lloyd. I ain't give up on her. You know what I
Oh,
mean? I ain't give up on her. This was not. This was her worst season. You know what I mean? Call it spade a spade. No, we
yeah.
gonna call it ace a ace. You
Come on
know.
now.
You know.
Let me get the
Yeah,
deck.
we gonna call it ace a ace. You know. This was her worst season. So but I feel like that all could be negated if she show up. If she show up in the playoffs. If she show up, you know what I mean? I just felt like that would be it for me in every series, especially this one because again, we talking about the playoffs
Yeah,
where it all matters, you know?
yeah.
And a lot of teams that's in the playoffs have real good guard play, you know. If I'm trying to think if I look, I think every team has Minnesota, yes, Seattle, yes. Literally every team got real good guard play.
Every
So
team, and
every
even a
team.
team like a Valkyries, where you be like, oh, but Veronica
But you
Barton
got
been
Veronica Burton
busting.
though. Yeah, you got Veronica
Exactly.
Burton. You know, so it's just like, this is just a time where they all got to step up. So I feel like a lot of teams are going to be even as far as that go. Like I said a few minutes ago, I feel like the front court, the bigs is going to should make a difference with some teams. But as far as like front backcourt goes, a lot of teams are even. To be
Yeah,
honest, as far as
I
like
agree.
what they've done this season. So I would say that Jewel Lloyd has to step up. I feel
Hmm.
she needs to average at least 15 points in the playoffs, 15 to
Yeah,
20. I don't
yeah.
expect her, obviously, to average over 20, but you never know. She might get hot,
You can
and
though.
you never know. She is still who she is. She's still a champion.
It
So
was
I
just two
definitely,
years ago, 2 seasons ago, where she averaged 24 points a game.
yeah, yeah,
Y'all,
mhm,
hey, Jewel. Hey,
yeah,
hey, big head. If I could just
yeah,
get half that
right,
every game,
yeah.
I,
That's why I said just give me 15. Like playoffs,
yeah, I
playoffs, you
need
gotta
15.
step it up. So
I
I
need to have
need I
15.
need 15. I need 15. I need 15 points a game for her to average for at least 15 points in these playoffs for I
Yeah,
feel like the Aces to really take it there.
I agree. I agree. I'm gonna jump right to it. I'm gonna go with as far as so we did Minnesota, we did Seattle. Okay, Phoenix. X Factor in Phoenix. For me, I actually think it's the starter. I think it's Kalia Copper. Like she has to really be that Finals MVP that she was in Chicago, and she got to be that all playoff series. Like I need for her to be 25-5, damn near. Like if she not averaging 20 points in the playoffs, what you doing here? Because this is exactly why all the pieces were moved. Okay, this is exactly why this big three in Phoenix. It was built around Kalia Copper scoring first. Now, how can we support that? Because obviously she's a great defender. But in the playoffs, sometimes you're gonna have to pick what the team needs. Okay. And that's why you got other people on a team that can just defend. When you got a scorer who's also a two-way player, there are gonna be moments in the playoffs where, hey, baby, I need you to score. Okay, I need you to. We got to get a bucket. We got to stop the run. We got to stop the bleeding. We got to. You feel me? So I feel like Kalia Copper. I'm pretty confident in Alyssa Thomas. Not that confident in Sabali, but I think if Sabali isn't playing as well, you can get around that if Kalia Copper is playing very strong from that wing position. So, what you think? What you think?
I feel like I don't really have an X factor for Phoenix. I just feel like their whole team could be X factors. They might have the deepest team and has had, well, I can't say they had the healthiest team, but they might be the deepest team. They could go 1-8 easy. And that's what they have been doing all season. You know, remember, Kyle was out first 11 games, they won 7-4. AT missed a couple games. They ain't really missed a beat. For real. You know, Satu missed some games. They ain't really missed a beat. And what they only lost, 16 games or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So that would, I mean, they like 27-16, something like that. And I feel like it's been different players. They've been player by committee.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean? That's how that team has been. They could have games to where somebody not playing. All right, Lexi Hale gonna step up. You know, you get different. You Natasha Matt gonna do something. You know, Cole McConney gonna do something. Shout out to her. You know, I just feel like they have different players that can make plays and that could score. And then, I mean, when you got AT that could get you a triple-double at any point, it's like, all right. And it could be 10, 10, and 10. They don't even got to be nothing crazy. But she could fly under the radar with the 10, 10, and 10. You know, you might get Kyle with 15. Satu might get 17. You know, Lexi going to give you about 8, 9, but she going to play good defense. So I just feel like they just got a lot of players to where anybody could be an X factor. So that's probably the only team that I don't have one person or one player that I could say, this person. Because they've been doing it all year. At one point, they had 6 rookies playing on the roster.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they was playing. Like, they wouldn't like get 2-3 minutes just to get somebody some air.
In the rotation. Six rookies in the rotation.
Yeah.
Not in the preseason. We talk about when the season started. So just
nobody else doing that but Dallas.
Right. And look where they at. See the difference between Dallas doing that and Phoenix doing that. So I just feel like with that being the case, that's why I'm like, I don't really have one for Phoenix. I mean, if I had to pick one, I guess I want to see Satu. I like Satu game. I like her game. They call her the unicorn. Yeah. I like her game because she could do a little bit of everything. She could score from all 3 levels. So I mean, I do want to see how she step it up during the playoffs. These playoffs against a team like, you know, New York. So if I had to pick one, I guess I would say Satu. But like I said, Phoenix, they've been doing player by committee all season. I feel like that's how it's going to be in the playoffs. I feel like it's going to be different players leading the team and scoring or making plays. I don't see. I mean, Kyle might step it up and she might average 22, and that's cool. I mean, I want that for her. I want Satu to average 18. You feel me? I want that, and it could happen, but I feel like it's probably going to be. You have different leading scorers in each game. You might get 4 players, 5 players in double figures, something like that, where it's like way more even balance rather than 2 players scoring 20 and like that.
True that. I also think with Phoenix, exactly what you're saying. Alyssa Thomas can do something crazy, and possibly even average a triple-double in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because she in her groove right now. Yeah.
She in her bag.
Yeah.
It's just coming too easy for her, right? The game is slowed down so much that everything is just ha. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
just you know what I mean. So I feel like if she go ahead and do something crazy and give us a triple double, at least let's say she averaged a triple double just in the first round,
Yeah.
just in 2 games. If she gives us back to back triple doubles,
Mm-hmm.
they I got them probably going to the finals. If she can do some shit like that,
Yeah.
bro, it's gonna get dark.
Yeah.
Um, Jumping around here, I'm gonna go over here to obviously New York X Factor for me, Phoebich. That would be my X Factor for New York, Phoebich.
Yeah.
Could be Emma, but I'm gonna go Phoebich because Phoebich, I know what she be doing in the playoffs recently. Okay, and she just too sneaky as far as when she can score and how she can score. You kind of never see the points coming, and then she just scored, hit three threes in a row. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Or and it just be like, damn, she got 12 points. What's happening here?
Yeah.
So I think she can get really scary in the playoffs. So for me, that would be my X factor for the Liberty. Phoebich.
Yeah. Which she helped them last year. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
she was one of the key players. A lot of the key players from last year is actually gone. You outside of Phoebus, obviously. You know, Kayla Thorne gone. She definitely helped with the Liberty last year, winning the chip. If I had to pick one, I'm gonna go kind of an obvious, but for different reasons. I'm gonna go Stewie. I feel like Misa, man, Emma, you're gonna get what you're gonna get from Emma. You know, you're gonna get your 12 to 15. You're gonna get your 6 rebounds. Like you gonna get that. You're gonna get that. Phoebus, she gonna hit her a couple threes. Sabrina, she gonna get her 18. Um, who else we got? T Cloud, she just can't get no more technicals because she get any more technical fouls, then she gonna get suspended because in the W it is 8 technical fouls before
Hmm.
you get a 1 game suspension, and then they go on after that. So hopefully she don't get no more technicals, but I mean, because we can't afford to obviously miss her in the playoffs. But I'm gonna go with the obvious. I'm gonna say Stewie, and the reason I'm saying that is because this year has not been her best year. This
Yeah.
has not been her best year, and for New York to win, especially first round, well, against Phoenix, right? So yeah, that first round, you're gonna have to. You need Stewie at 100%.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
these
You do.
whole this whole playoffs.
Yeah.
She's got to average 20. It's not no getting 12 and 13. It's not no. It's not shooting 30% from the no. No.
Yeah.
Can't have that.
And Stewie can
Can't have it.
be a little MIA in
And
certain
that's and
games.
this is why I'm saying it. It
Yeah.
happens. I've been watching her a long time. She's been one of my favorite players for a very long time. I'm not like a UConn fan, but I watched her in UConn. You know, so just watching her there and then watching her transition to the W, it happens. It didn't happen too much in college because Gina wasn't really having that. But in the pros, it's happened. She kind of could get away with it in Seattle. She had Super. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, you can kind of get away with it. But in New York, that happened. That is happening kind of often. And I just feel like in the playoffs, you can't have that happen. You're an all-star, one of the top 10 best players in the
Come
W,
on.
and you just can't have that. You just can't have that when it comes to the playoffs. For the most part, she's healthy, so she should be good. You got your bigs back, so now you can go back to guard, 3. You ain't got to be checking centers no more. So there's no excuses there. Not saying she was, but I was making an excuse. Oh, that's why she ain't. Oh, she was checking fives, and she had to worry about defense. And that's what I was saying. I'm not saying that no more. Everybody healthy. Everybody going into the will be, and even if you got Naira, she on and off, whatever. I mean that's cool. But just you got Emma for her, you got JJ for that. All right, cool. So Stewie, you should be back in your natural position. So there's no excuses to why you shouldn't be championship Stewie, playoff
Facts.
Stewie.
Agreed.
So that's who I got. That's who I got for New York. Brianna Stewart, you got to get in your bag, bruh. You got to get your bag. I need you averaging at least 18. You give me 18, we'll be all right.
18
I'll take
and
18.
what?
18 points.
And
I'll,
then and she going and how many boards? Because if she just giving me 18 points, that means that she at least giving me 7, 8 boards and
yeah,
3,
I
4
mean,
steals.
even if you get 6, 7, cool, because you got to think she gonna play defense. That's one thing that never lacked in her game was
True.
defense. So even if you're giving me 18 points, she's gonna give me a block or two. She's gonna give me a steal or two. She shoot 90%, close to 90% from the free throw line. So it's like those other things are givens. I'm cool with 18 because Sabrina gonna give me 18 to 20. I think JJ, this her time. She the one that got Finals MVP. Stewie ain't get it. It was JJ. JJ gonna give me the 18 and 10, a double double. T.
Yeah,
Kyle gonna play
that's true.
good defense.
That's
You
true.
know, and
That's
that
true.
we don't know. Like I said, Misa, give me 15. That they could have. You got to think that's it was one of the highest scoring teams, and that's with Stewie not even going crazy. So with just everybody that I'm
Doing
naming,
what they do.
all the starters just doing what you do. Just
Yeah.
do what you do. Phoebe's gonna give you 10 to 13. She gonna hit a
Hell,
couple
hell,
three.
Kennedy Burke can give you average 8. You know what I mean? Like if she's giving you 8 every game off the bench, give me 2
Exactly.
threes, go to the foul line, girl. That's all I need from you. I don't need
Yeah.
that much.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying, Stewie. I'm good with the 18 because I know you're gonna play hard nosed, these all first team, all defensive first team. That like we know we're gonna get that from her. I'm cool with
Fact,
that. Just give
fact.
me the 18 because I feel like the offense is where it's gonna be lacking for New York.
Yeah.
Defense rarely lacks for New York. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, they had the games to where they lose by 10 or 15, but look at those games and you look at the offensive numbers. Oh, that's why. It
Yeah.
don't really be defense. It just be lack of offense.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. All right. All right. I think we got our X factors out. We kind of figured out who's who. We ain't touch on Indiana because at this point anybody can be X factor for Indiana. Okay.
Right.
So whatever. Okay. Do what you got to do, Indiana. Hope to see you in the second round, but I probably won't. So there's that. All right, let's switch topics. Let's switch topics because okay, they mad, y'all. They mad. Who was they? We're gonna talk about it. Okay. They mad. Our girl Angel is standing on business. Okay. She been standing on business this entire season, but it's actually more than that. It's been her career at this point, from college to present day. Okay. Miss Angel Reese has told the world exactly who she is, okay? Exactly what we should expect from her, and also that she ain't going to let slide, okay? She has her career in her hand and she's not going to let her career be tampered with, okay? And so that's why we got to talk about it. And now we got to start asking the question, is a trade necessary? Where will she fit? Okay? But more importantly, is Chicago holding Angel back? And are they the worst ran franchise in the WNBA? I hate to even have to broach this conversation because over here on Her Court, Her Rules, we really try to keep it basketball, right? We try our best to kind of stay out of the drama mixing pot. Because as you know, these big topics, these drama topics can dominate the news cycle so much where we are forgetting about basketball, great basketball that's being played. Now, the fact that this drama came in on the tail end of the season and these last couple games, I don't care about. We got time today, y'all. We got time to talk about it today. We gonna watch a couple clips. We gonna figure out the timeline of everything that's been going on, and we gotta come to as a community, y'all. Her Court, Her Rules. We gotta talk about it, and we gotta come to some type of solution, potential solution, because you know we all unofficial GMs and all that over here on Her Court, Her Rules. So we gonna figure out a career solution for Miss Angel Reese, and we gonna put her in the best place that she can thrive and grow her game right here on Her Court, Her Rules. Now, if we fast forward and we into next, February or March, and we see that maybe a trade that we talked about has happened, Y'all owe us some Chipotle or something. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into the nonsense. Okay, boom. 5 days ago, the Chicago organization made a statement, okay? And they said it with all the air in their chest that they could muster. The Chicago Sky values the safety, respect, and well being of every player. We are committed to accountability so our players can stay focused on playing basketball. Because of statements detrimental to the team made by Angel Reese during league mandated media, she will not play the first half of the game on September 7th against the Las Vegas Aces. This matter has been handled and resolved internally, and we are moving forward as a team. Are you now? Okay. Well, we gonna move forward too. I want y'all to let's look at this um graphic here and let's actually talk about Angel Reese. Let's go ahead and talk about Angel Reese since we talking about her, right? Let's just read off some of her accolades in the first season. In her first season. Okay? She was drafted April 15th by Chicago Sky. I quote, "They're getting the dog. I'm coming in with a chip on my shoulder." This is Angel Reese after being selected 7th overall. May 15th, her WNBA debut. She gives us 12 points and 8 rebounds against Dallas. Okay? The very next month, her rookie streak continued. She recorded her 10th consecutive double-double, setting a new WNBA record. Her coach at the time, Teaspoon, okay, Teresa, come on.
Shout out Teaspoon, man.
Y'all, they about to get me hot already, okay? Teaspoon says she's relentless on the glass. Okay, that summer, rookie season, y'all. Historic rebounding numbers, back-to-back 20-point games. And the media headline at the time is Angel was the new queen of the boards. Okay, now we know if we fast forward to today, you know, she got me bounds, me bound, me bound. So obviously she is the queen of the boards. Okay. September, this time last year, she broke the WNBA rebounding record with 446 rebounds in a single season. Reese says, and I quote, "I'm just doing my job, dominating inside." That's her job, right? She your franchise big, right? Okay, let's continue. She didn't finish the season last year. Y'all know she had a fractured wrist. Okay, so she wasn't able to finish the WNBA season. But we all know, we believe, we could speculate and say maybe if she would have finished that season and she didn't get injured with Teaspoon and Kennedy Carter, more than likely they make the playoffs her rookie season. But that's neither here nor there. Now, let's get into this season. We know about Unrivaled. She did her thing in Unrivaled. We know she got some training with Lisa Leslie. She got in the gym. She was doing her thing. Again, no days off. Okay. Then let's start to this season. May of this season, she's the fastest to reach 500 points and 500 rebounds. She accomplished that in just 38 games. Sports Center says Reese is rewriting what year 2 looks like. Okay? Because we all know usually there's a year 2 slump. Usually the sophomore doesn't level up their game in the year 2. They come in as a rookie on fire. Year 2, there's a dip. Third year, fourth year, we see the progression again. Okay, let's talk about it. June this year, she recorded her first triple-double, 11 points, 13 rebounds, 11 assists. The youngest person to record a triple-double since Sabrina Ionescu. Okay, we know how dope she is. Now, let's get into the summer, okay, because this is when the shenanigans start. In July, she has a back injury, right? She missed 7 consecutive games. Reese said she wanted to play through it, okay, because she is a baller. She will leave it all on the line for her team every single time she steps out there. She wanted to play through it, but she couldn't. She had to listen to her body, okay? Now, when she returns from that injury against the Storm, she drops 19 points. Okay, welcome back. Okay? Now, here we are. That's just to get y'all caught up to where we are today. Now, September 3rd, this is where the comments come about. Let's get to the comments, because if y'all don't know the comments, let's catch you up here really, really quick. Okay, boom. Hold on. Hold on. Comments. She says, I like to be here for my career, but if things don't pan out, obviously I might have to move in a different direction and do what's best for me. Okay. I can't negate with that. Can't argue with that. I'm not settling for the same old we did this year. We have to get good players. We have to get great players. That's a non-negotiable for me. Okay. Now, these are the comments, y'all, that were detrimental to the team. Now, I think we talked on the last episode that we didn't disagree with the comments. We just feel like, Hustle said, I feel like maybe she should have waited to the end of the season. Yeah, I would agree. I absolutely would agree. Okay, now let's talk about these stupid A videos, because really this is it makes me, my dreadlocks want to fall out. Because there are other people outside of the organization that has commentary about what's going on with Angel Reese specifically and how she is handling her business. Okay. Let me pull this up real quick. Hold on. Boom. This is Candace Parker. She said, the best advice that I've ever received was to keep things in house. You can yell, scream, cuss in between these walls, but you can't bring it out. Okay. I'm going to start right there. Okay. Let me adjust my seat. Let me adjust my mic. I'm going to start right there, because let's kind of think outside the box here, right? Well, a little bit what Candace Parker is saying kind of toes the line of respectability politics. If y'all don't know that term, Google it. We about to go upstairs today. I told y'all on Her Core, Her Rules, high level conscious WNBA coverage. Okay. We talk about basketball and we're going to take it up another notch. All right. Respectability politics. Okay. For the people who just don't quite know. Okay. That's when the people, when they tell people like us, right, with this kind of pigment, that we have to walk a certain way, talk a certain way to be received a certain way. So essentially, you got to play the game if you want to get the rewards. Okay. Now, let's switch it again. I'm about to spin y'all heads today. Audre Lorde, the late, great Audre Lorde, if you don't know who she is, Google her. She says, you can't get out the master's house using the master's tools. Okay, let me bridge the gap. Now, philosophy, you bringing it, let's talk about it, because this is about sports. But this is so much bigger than a woman bouncing a basketball than I have ever seen in this WNBA. I've never seen the type of commotion about a young woman saying that I deserve better. We're not talking about it's just the players that she's saying she deserves better. But we're talking about the entire organization of Chicago. The facilities are trash. Every player that then came in and out of Chicago are saying trash, don't go. Obviously, there are. Did y'all know that there was a leaked WNBA executive advised her to get the F out of there? I wonder who that executive was. So, my question to y'all is this. Okay, with everything that I just said, the timeline of events, what Candace is saying with these politics that she wants Angel to play. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and listen to what she said.
Protect.
All right, we're going to go ahead and listen to what Candace is saying.
In public and front-facing things, you have to protect your team and your organization no matter how you feel. And there were so many bumpy rides with the Sparks that I've had. And I think the best advice that I ever received was to keep things in-house. You can yell, scream, cuss, do all those things in between these walls, but you can't bring it out. And once that happens, it's hard to gain that trust back. And so I think Angel taking the steps of apologizing publicly is huge. But I also feel like there is a little bit of a need, even more so, for the understanding of how sacred the locker room is. And now what is the next step? How do you gain that trust back? And I think that's where her mind has to be right now, is like, how do I get the trust back? Because everybody can throw out leader, but it does take a lot to be a leader.
Okay, so here's the thing. When you are, like she said, scream, yell. Okay, she said you can do all those things, but do it in the locker room. Don't bring it outside the locker room. I'm going to ask you this, Hustle. When your issue is exactly with the fucking locker room, the coaches, the ownership, how many times I got to go to HR on y'all motherfuckers for y'all to make a move? How many times do I need to put something on paper? Hey, how many times I need to talk to my boss? Because again, what we don't know is how many times she's had conversations with her coaching staff about what she needs around her, about we don't know exactly all the conversations Angel has had with her people, with this team, with this franchise. But you got people like Candace Parker, okay, shucking and jiving, talking about some, hey, just yell to them. Just scream to them. I'm supposed to scream to my oppressor about oppressing me? When has that ever worked? When has going to your boss complaining about your job ever worked? We know if you want to get out of that job, if you want real changes, if you want to be the martyr of your team or whatever, you know you got to shine a light on it. And so what does that say about the organization that want to keep this on the hush? Hey, yo, we know we effed up, but don't tell nobody. That sound, you know what that sound? That sound like a narcissist to me. And unfortunately, we have to bear witness to a young lady. Remember we say, oh, we ain't about to take down a black man, i.e. Tyler Marsh. We got to bear witness to a young lady. There are plants they are conspiring to tarnish her name, to F with her career. I mean, really, what are we talking about? I ain't never seen this before, Hustle. And we've been around the WNBA since its inception.
Yeah.
I've never seen the number. If Caitlyn is the number one face in the W, then the number 2 is Angel.
Yeah.
I've never seen a number 1, number 2 player not be protected. Look at Anthony Edwards. Look at Ja Morant. Look at the extent that the league will go to shield the people that they've invested in. Now, granted, the NBA is investing a lot more than these damn pennies that the WNBA. Angel getting her money on her name, not no WNBA check.
Exactly.
So that being said, Hustle, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it to you. That being said, at what point does anybody who feel like there is unjust in their position get the grace to fucking leave and say, y'all don't deserve me? Now, that's what she's saying in my mind. Listen, because I remember LeBron James putting on a whole damn ESPN, okay, saying I'm taking my talents to South Beach because these bozos up here, they surrounding me with renewables, with the washed up vets. They putting the old washed up around LeBron and saying, okay, you LeBron, you gonna get us there. Even if I am gonna get us there, we gonna get smoked every round. First round, we gonna get washed because I don't have no support. So if Angel's saying that because she ain't dumb, she see the future, she see what it takes to get into the playoffs, and she knows she's looking around her like, I'm not getting nowhere. If I'm going to war with them, respectfully, I got a coach. She's telling the culture is harder. All right, man, it's on you, Hustle.
Yeah, I mean this situation is definitely a different situation. Like you said, as far as number 1, number 2, a face of the league, dealing with this much negativity. As far as in a W goes, I mean, on the men's side, Bron do hear a lot of negative talk. As far as Bron goes, he flops, he cries a lot. He feels like he runs whatever team he's on. But I feel like on the flip side, when it comes to this, I don't feel like we said last week. I don't feel like what she said was wrong. She could have maybe waited to the end of the season. It's not like it would have changed nothing because by the time she said it, they was already not going to make the playoffs unless they went on the Sparks. I mean, not Sparks, the Aces run, right? The Aces was a 14-14 before they went on this 15-game winning streak. So, I mean, obviously they wasn't going to do that this year. Not saying they can't do it because I do like their team. I do like Chicago Sky team. Just watching their games, I'm like, oh, they done scored 80, 90 points a few times, so they it's not that they have I don't think they have a bad team. I feel like the team is not bad. The players, it's just once they get above the players is what the issue is. Coaching staff is definitely an issue. And ownership, definitely an issue. I was doing some research and their best lineup, which to me, I feel like their best lineup, which is their original starting lineup, they've only played together 7 times. Other than that, it's been somebody missing, new player here, new player. 7 out of 43 games. And mind you, that's their most used starting lineup.
Yeah. So
you telling me a team has had 26 different starting lineups? Or maybe another lineup was maybe 1 or 2. So we're going to say at least 22. So 22 different starting lineups. It's not the same team when you got certain players starting and certain players coming off the bench. It's not. Your roles are different. When I'm a starter, my mindset is I'm a starter. I get my couple minutes to get comfortable. Boom. When you come off the bench, it's like, okay, no matter what the starters has done, if we're losing, I got to do something to try to get us back. If we winning, we got to stay ahead. So as coming off the bench is different than starting because coming off the bench is like I'm watching because depending on how the team is playing, that's how I have to adjust my game.
Yeah.
It's not like when you're a starter, it's like I'm a starter. We trying to come out, we trying to go up by 10, 15. You're a starter. That's what you're going to do. But come off the bench, it's like, you got to watch more. Okay. Yeah. Oh, all right. Ooh, I would have got back. Oh, we getting killed on the boards. What can I do to, so I don't feel like the team itself, other than I feel like they do need a point guard. I feel like they do need a couple, guards. I feel like the bigs are, and another big, because you got Angel and you got Kamilla. They could definitely use another big and another guard for sure, because they didn't have a true point guard for most of the season at all. So that's definitely going to hurt you as far as like turnovers go and all that. Like their defense is good too. Like to be honest, like their defense is good. It's been 3 times. I mean, it's only out of 43 games, but still, it's been 3 games to where they held their opponents to 10 points.
Yeah.
So that's good defense. I mean, the offense probably was not shooting good, but at the end of the day, the defense got to be doing something right. That don't happen that often. That don't happen. So I feel like they have something good on the court, but obviously it's the things off the court that's making this team not play up to their ability. They won 10 games this year. All right. They play tomorrow. Say they win. That's 11 games they win. Say they lose. All right. Then that's still at 10. This is the worst season than last year.
Yeah.
Right. Again, we don't know what happened with Teaspoon. We don't really know what happened with that. I just feel like if you was almost a playoff contender team, well, you was a playoff contender team technically, like why would you let her go? She building with the team. She got chemistry with your best player. You need to keep your best player happy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Facts.
I'm sorry. You have to keep your best player happy. That's why all the trades and the signings happen. Again, we always flip-flop between both sides. So with the men's side with LeBron, that's why he gets shooters. That's what LeBron needs. LeBron needs shooters around him for him to be good, because he's not like people get mad with Bron when he ain't take the last shot, he passed it. That's always been Bron's game. That's always been Bron's game. If y'all been watching Bron since St. Mary's, that's what he been doing.
Yep.
That's what he's been doing. He's a playmaker. He shoot now, but the reason he shooted so much is because when they played San Antonio in the playoffs, Greg Pop, shout out to Coach Pop. He's one of the best coaches ever. He made LeBron shoot, and LeBron couldn't shoot at that time. No, we're not even going. No, well, you can't let LeBron get to the hole because who's stopping 260? I'm not. You got it. So no, we're gonna play a shell defense to where you're not getting in the paint. We playing aggressive defense on the wing, so it's hard for you to pass. You have to shoot. Yeah. So after that summer when they lost because they kept making them shoot, he's like, "Oh, what did LeBron do that whole summer? He worked on his shot, and that's why LeBron is able to shoot. If you look at LeBron early, Cavs now, he shoot way more threes. He make way more threes, but that's from that one series when they played San Antonio. Yeah, but I'm saying that to say teams is going to do what they have to do for Bron. I'm a playmaker. I need shooters around me. I need a big or two to get the rebounds, and I need some shooters around me, right? So that's my Angel need, especially this year. You see this year, she passed some more. She was more of a playmaker. Okay, but you got to think, in high school, that's what she did. Maryland, Baltimore, like that's what she did. She was really a guard. It's just that when you get to college, you were a little taller. So like, all right, we gotta move you. Yeah,
you got actual guards. Like you're not gonna be a guard.
You're not gonna be a guard.
And you got these other guards. You feel me? So you just slide into that position.
Right. So that playmaking, it comes natural to her. She just hasn't really done that in the last 3-4 years. For real. But she could do it. She could definitely do it. Hence this season, why she has been being more of a play. Oh, she's bringing the ball up. Oh, she's making plays. She's crossing over, getting to the and doing all of that. So I mean, with Angel, she gonna do what she gonna do, right? 76% of the games she played, she's had a double-double. She's had a double-double in 76% of the games that she's played in the WNBA. That's 70-something games. Out of 70-something games, 70-ish games, she averages a double-double, period. She averages a double-double, but she's had a double-double in 76% of the games, right? That's letting you know what she's going to do. She's going to give you a steal or two a game, right? Yep. Her assist numbers will be up, but they don't got no damn shooters on the team.
They can't make no and then when you have they best shooter is playing the point guard and Rachel Bannum. Like, so we talking coaching here. If people are playing out of position, then that's going to limit their results.
Exactly.
If you met Rachel as, oh yeah, she had knocked down 3 shooter for sure, but now she gotta be involved in getting everybody else involved. Man, I ain't thinking about my shot no more. I'm so focused on the game plan that I'm not even thinking about still look for my shot. Okay, she not Kyrie. She ain't got to do both.
Yeah, and even with Rachel playing out of position, she's still close to breaking the 3-point record for in the season for Chicago. And that's with her playing out of position. So just imagine if she played her natural position, put her at the 2-3, right? 2 or 3, put her over there. Because again, like we said, it's kind of positionless basketball outside like the point guard situation, I feel. And center. I feel like between point guard and center, you need a point guard, you need a center. 2 through 4. What's your size? What you good at? We throw you wherever, right? Me personally, that's just how I feel. Me personally, I agree. So if you put Rachel at the 2 or the 3, right, she's already hit 80-something 3-pointers this year, and that's where her playing the point guard. She would have, and that's on a terrible record. She would have smashed that record if she was playing her natural position, and they had an actual point guard that played most of the time. She would have smashed that record. So, as far as like what she said too, at the same time, I don't feel what she said was wrong because I don't even feel like even, going back between what she said and what Candace, what CP said, I don't even feel like she really put business out there. I feel like any player should be able to say, I want good players. Like she's not shitting on the players that's on the team. Technically, she's not saying, "Oh, I wish we had a point guard." She's not saying a certain thing. No, like you know what I mean. Like she's not like, "Oh, if I had a point guard, so I ain't have to play point." Now that would have been you wildin'. You know what I mean? Like, if we had a point guard, I wouldn't have to be a playmaker. Now it's like, all right, bro. Now you You're getting too specific on what you're saying. But if you're saying I want to play with good players and great players, don't we all?
And I think moreover is that she wants to be on a championship, a team built to win a championship.
That she's used to that.
She's used to that. She's used to winning at a high level. This she knows this team ain't gonna cut it. And you don't even have to be, oh, you ain't been in the league 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Who are you to say? I'm just looking at who are projected to win the WNBA finals, and it ain't this team. Okay, so looking at the top 4 teams, the reason why we getting smoked is because we're not built correctly. We're not a balanced team. We don't have a balanced defense, nor do we have a balanced offense. Defensively, they ain't putting no pressure on the ball outside of Ariel Atkins. Now, how much pressure you think you're gonna get out of her every single game, 4 quarters? It ain't like she is, a rookie, a sophomore. She's up there. You feel me? So when you look at the entire picture, and I got another video for we gonna call her the other Angel. Okay, I got another audio clip, yo, about what she suggested Angel to do. Okay, let me hold on, real quick, because this is wild. This is Angel McCourty, whatever. I ain't even bother. If I butchered your last name, my bad. But this is what you said.
Yeah,
it deserved to be butchered. Hold on.
We don't hold stuff in, but she can deliver. I'm all about saying what you feel, right? We don't hold stuff in, but it's just how we say it. You never want your teammates to feel like, because they're already looking at you like you have everything, right? Like you said, they don't have $1 million endorsement deals, but they're having a losing season too. You know what I would do, Angel? I would get one of my endorsements, say, give me an extra 100,000 so I can give all my teammates 10 just to show them I care. I would do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That puts you in a limelight of like, wow, let's set this girl up. The owners will look at you like the GMs, and then they'll make sure they set you up for success. But when it's like, I got to take care of me, and don't make it sound like it's just all about you, especially when you're such in a blessed position that other girls will never see because they're losing too. She can deliver.
First of all right. So that's Angel McCourty, right?
Thank you. I'm glad you knew her last name.
So that's Angel McCourty, right? First of all, bro, you gonna get some of these Angel Reese's. What size you wear? You know what I mean? Like, 10,000. I'm not giving you 10,000. Like, what? I got my own life. Respectfully, I'm not giving you. No, I'm not 10,000. So we talking WNBA salary, right? NBA salary, all right, or whatever. Like football, you see a lot of the quarterbacks. They get their linemen watches, or they get them a car, right? That happens, right? Mind you, they're making millions of dollars, so that's like a tax write-off. So that, boom, that's cool, right? We speaking on WNBA salaries, right? Oh, okay, yeah, plus the NIL, right? All right, cool. I'm not giving somebody $10,000. I'm sorry, I'm just not doing it. Like I said, these Angel Reese's come out every drop. Everybody on my team, if you want a pair, give me our sizes. You will have one in your locker room every drop. If I'm sponsored, if I got an endorsement deal with Dre Beats, you see with like Flaugier or whatever. All right, cool. I give everybody some Dre Beats. I do. Oh, Coach, I got Coach endorsement. All right, Coach, because I'm not paying for none of that. I'm not. They giving me that. I'm not paying for that. They giving me that. All right, cool. I'm not giving everybody $10,000 on my salary. First of all, I'm just not doing that. If anything, I would do gifts because, again, in that type of, when you reach that bracket, you're more or less trying to have tax write-offs or whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's why you want to do that. But Angel, like, come on, was you giving players $1,000 back in the day when you was playing?
Thank you, and I'm glad you tagged me in on that.
She wasn't like, whatever. But you wasn't doing that. So how you gonna tell somebody what to do with their money? I don't like when people try to tell people to do with their money. I don't like that
at all. Don't count my pockets. Number one, okay. Yeah. Don't count my pockets. Number one. Number two, baby. I love when we talking about these topics, right? I love bringing it to the regular person. Okay, don't put yourself in Angel shoes. Apply this scenario in your suggestion to you in your shoes where you are right now, baby. Yeah. Okay, because again, Angel is she works for the Chicago Sky. Forget her job title. She's an employee of the Chicago Sky, or better yet, the WNBA.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That being said, Miss the other Angel Mahuhu, whatever her last name is, Angel Mahuhu says, go ahead, take $10,000 and make sure that your team is good and pretty much kiss
Every
ass
play.
to your
That's
team.
That's $80,000.
Come on. Now, let me ask you this, because you are a commentator on somebody's something. You have been on ESPN here and there to talk basketball, to talk WNBA. Do you think Candace Parker is supposed to give you $10,000? Because I know she get paid more than you to do what she do and talk about WNBA. Okay. Do you think whoever your co-anchor is, or whoever this, that, and the third, should be breaking off in their pockets because they got a bigger name? Do you think Shannon Sharp is going out of his way to give Ocho Cinco extra money? No, you get paid what you get paid.
Yeah.
You're not getting no bonuses
and the
from me.
And the owners, the bosses, they don't care about that. Like, they don't care about what you doing for your, no, because you giving them $10,000, that's not about to help us win no games, because you gave the number 10 person on the bench $10,000. That's not about to win us no games. The owners do not care about that.
They don't. You know what? Here's another example, right?
They trade people that have won them championships. They don't traded players that. And I ain't talking about Chicago, but period. I'm just on owners in general. They trade players that make them millions of dollars, that won them championships, all types of stuff. They still traded. What?
We never know. Look at Luka again. We never know the intentions of an organization. And if the Luka trade didn't stop the world, okay, it stopped the world, but also it showed athletes. It showed players that even if you are the franchise player, baby, they will ship your ass for the next best thing, or for whatever their grand scheme of their team is. If they change the philosophy or the identity of the team and you no longer fit in the identity, you're gone. It doesn't matter how good you are. Once the upper management decide to go in one direction, you're out of here. And it seems to me that Chicago's organization is deciding to go in the Kamilla Cardoso direction and saying, you know what, we're going to probably wash our hands with Angel Reese, this, that, and the third. I don't know if they think that she's too big of a personality, if her brand is too big. In my mind, Chicago Sky, they don't want a big name, a big powerful name, a big name, especially a person that's going to maximize the naming rights, maximize every effort that they have that's attached to their name. They don't want that, because they believe that they are the, okay, when you a guy, so you might not have this problem, but there are some guys, okay, I'm gonna pull up a couple. Everybody know Gabriel Union and D Wayne. Okay, there are certain guys that think they the baddest in this relationship, baby. I don't care what Gabriel doing. When D Wayne come outside, he know he the bomb B. Okay, he telling Gabby, excuse me, hold my train. Okay, that's what he tell. Oh, get the dough for me, Gabby. I feel like it, right? I don't know these people. Well, shout out to them. I don't know these people, but I just feel like he the diva in the relationship, even though we know she's the diva in the relationship. Okay, boom. Look at the Chicago Sky. They think that they are bigger than the player. And one organization that had to be real humbled is the Cleveland Cavaliers. If you think you bigger than the number one nigga on this team, the number one person on this team, the number one hit on this, you're not. You're not. The people are showing up. I'm a Cavs fan, do or die. I don't care who's wearing the jerseys. But the people are showing up for the number one and number two person. They're not showing up because they're casual Cavs fans. Casual Chicago Sky fans ain't spending no money. They not going to the games. They not getting the League Pass app to watch their team. That's the casual fan is not doing that. But the fan that decides that I'm gonna support for real with my money and my time, those people are showing up for one person in Chicago. Not there, even with a healthy Courtney Vandersloot, she's not selling no tickets. I'm not going up there and say, Courtney playing today. I'm going to see Courtney. I'm not buying no ticket to see Vandersloot, nor am I buying a ticket to see Ariel Atkins or Rebecca Allen or anybody else on that team. If it ain't Angel, okay? And Kamilla is a phenomenal player. But when Angel ain't on the court with Kamilla, I ain't necessarily trying to check for Kamilla either. Now, she done had some great games during this stretch, this long 11-game stretch that, and counting, that Angel has missed. She's had some great games. But as we know, Kamilla and Angel really want to be a powerhouse duo in the backcourt. And if you have these two draft picks that are supposed to be the face of your organization, and if they want to move in a certain light, who are you not to say, oh yeah, let's make this thing work? Because again, when we always talk about the NBA, but let's look at Las Vegas Aces. I bet Asia said, get me a big. Kia Stokes ain't working no more. Remember, Asia and Kia Stokes won 2 rings together. This season, we realized that Kia Stokes' minutes were decreasing until she's a certified bench player. She just come in and get Asia a little bit of win at the end of the quarter. So what am I saying? I'm saying that you gotta follow suit with what your best player wants. Period. Hustle just said that as well. If you are not trying to make it comfortable for your best player, it's a slap in the face. You're saying to the person that we don't really value you here, and you can be replaced. You can be replaced. It's like when we looking at Washington, right? Washington, they moved off of Brittany Sykes and Aaliyah Edwards in a matter of a week. Why? Why would you do that? You moving off one of your future draft picks right here in Aaliyah Edwards, and you moving off of defensive player, potential player of the year one of these years, all team defense, all this, that, and the third, averaging 18 points, giving you everything she got, showing up and showing out. Why would you? Because at the end of the day, whatever is on the minds of the management can sometimes not make any sense in the right now. But also, more importantly, we don't control that.
Right.
And Angel was looking like, I see what them, I smell the shit and I'm gone. Yeah. Like, you're not going to play with me because like Hustle said again, she didn't just start losing. Like she literally just started losing, y'all.
Yeah, last
year. She's been
year.
winning her whole everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and then this is another slap in the face. You mean to tell me I actually got rapport with Haley Van Lith and we need a point guard and you won't play Haley Van Lith? And I have rapport with her. Don't you think if she is empowered to get the minutes, that Angel and Haley can just have conversations, go to the gym, work out on their own, do they pick and roll? The same thing that Caitlin got with AB. Why can't?
And they played, like you said, they played together in college. So they
played together.
So they got that. So they would have that, or they should have that one up on any other one too that's currently playing together, because they played with each other in college. It's not too many players or teams that have players. I'm trying to think, like, I don't know, 1 through 11 on each team, but like it's not too many players.
Aces
this
tried
might
to
be
work in Tiffany Mitchell.
You said who?
Aces tried to work in Tiffany Mitchell this season. It's her Asia had, you know what I'm saying? They played together in South Carolina.
And that was cool, but that's not like, I feel like with Haley and Angel, that would have been better because they both rookies. Well, not rookies, but they both, young players, first year, second year players, and that's more fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's more fresh. Like they just played with each other 3 years ago now. Now 3 years ago, they just played with each other. And then even after they didn't play with each other, they were still playing against each other and all that. So I just feel like that was a more fresh situation. So I would have, like you said, I would have definitely tried to make that. And now, and mind you, that's a point guard. So why not have Haley at the 1, Rachel at the 2, whoever at the 3, and then Angel like that? I just really don't get that at all. To be honest, it just literally doesn't make sense why Haley ain't get more burn than she. I mean, it was a couple of games she missed, due to injury, but that was only a couple of games. And then, to be honest, I'd be mad skeptical when certain players get injured or be on the injury report, I should say, because I'm like, you ain't injured. You probably just don't want to play, which it is what it is, because given certain situations, I get it. You know what I mean? When players is on like bad teams, I'm not about to. What am I playing for? Like, I'm not getting no burn. And even if I am getting burned, we ain't making the playoffs. I'm going to just come back and play whenever I play. You feel me? So as far as Angel goes, though, she got so WNBA rookie contracts as of right now. With the new CBA, it might change. As of right now, we don't know. A lot of stuff, a few things might change. A few things will change as far as CBA negotiations go. But as of right now, the rookie contract for WNBA players for Angel Reese, it was 4 years. So it's a 4-year contract. This is year 2 for her. After the 3rd year, it's a team option. Not a player option, it's a team option. People that don't know what a team option is, the difference is that, once that team option year comes, it's up to the team, whether they want to keep her or not. If not, they can let you go, no penalty. Player option, if it's a player option, once that year come, after that year, whatever, then the player can decide if they want to stay that fight. Normally only 1 year after that player option normally like a 1-year thing. And then it's up to them. It's not even up to the team. But if they want to stay, even if the team don't like them, they don't want them there, hey, it's up to the player. Boom, they still play that year. Team option, it's not up to the player, it's up to the team. So she got 1 more year technically under contract, which will be next season. After that, it is a team option. It's this all season gonna be interesting. Again, CBA a lot of 1 year. It was a lot of 1-year deals signed last year. It was a lot of players that's gonna be free agents this coming off season, and so you never know what's gonna happen as far as like a trade type thing with Angel. I don't see them trading her, to be honest. I feel like she's.
You could force your way out. Here. You could definitely force your way out.
You could. I feel like the offseason will play a huge part in that aspect of forcing your way out. I just feel like business-wise, even though it feels like they're not good owners as far as team management goes, if you got a team, you got to be like a billionaire. So you have to be smart at some point in some aspect of business. And knowing that Angel Reese is your cash cow,
what we doing?
You gotta that's why I don't feel like they're gonna, because like whatever revenue they gained this year, the last 2 years, it has to be the most that they probably ever got, right? Yeah. The main reason is Angel. So if they let her go, that's going to drop tremendously. Unless you drop Angel and then you get a I don't even know, because I feel like even the names coming in the next 2 years, like they're good as far as like we know them, they're household names, but I don't see them bringing in money. Like I don't see Olivia, you know what I mean, bringing in Miles. I don't see her bringing in money that Angel. I don't see Hannah Hidalgo. I don't see.
No, Hannah might go crazy in the W. Hannah might go crazy. Yeah.
No, I feel like they're going to play real good. They're definitely going to be great players.
I'm talking about brand. Like her brand is growing.
Who?
Hannah.
Yeah, for sure. But you got to think it's still not going to be Angel Reese though.
We'll see.
Her brand wise, I just
if Hannah wins in Notre Dame,
mm-hmm.
and she's biracial, I
mean that's going to help.
And she represents 2 markets.
Yeah, that's going to help. That's going to help for sure.
That's definitely going to help.
I feel like it's just going to be a significant difference if you just, and then it depends on how you do it too. If she just leaves, it's okay. They ain't the team fault. But if y'all trade her, I just don't see them trading her. Now picking up that 4th option, I don't know about that.
Yeah, because see, when you think about it, it's like where we going in the WNBA is we are right at that crossroad, that intersection where players are having more control, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we've seen in the NBA just in recent years, I done seen Kyrie force himself off 2 teams, 3 teams, damn near. Okay, Cavs, Boston, and Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 3 teams, and there's been a lot of people. How many teams have James Harden said, "Get me out of here. I won't play another game. I'll come to camp out of shape. I will do what's necessary to let y'all know." Like when Kyrie was in Boston, he didn't play. He said, "I'm not playing. I'm gone." Okay, and what him and KD got on the phone was like, "Yep, we doing this Brooklyn thing. Yep, let's do it." Bet. So you don't think Angel Reese is on the phone with somebody right now talking about some? Oh, yep. So we gonna do this such and such thing. Yep. So regardless of what the Chicago intentions are, like it was Tyler Marsh's intention to have Angel Reese play that second half. Hold on, you gonna disgrace her? You gonna be extra fucking petty? Yeah, see, I'm cussing now because I'm pissed. You gonna be petty as hell. You gonna suspend her for a first half and think I'm supposed to grace y'all bless y'all with my presence in the second half? I'm injured. No, not doing it. Guess what? She's not playing today either. No, not doing it. She's not gonna play for the rest of the season. No, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
And so if that's going to be the energy she leaves the season with, and obviously we know that the management in Chicago is very egotistical. They're very prideful. They can see the writing on the wall and they still going to say nope. Okay. So that being said, I don't believe, just based on history, that Chicago is changing their tone. They're going to change how they do things. Because they've been the same franchise for the last 10 years, right? So that being said, Angel, she got to go. And I think she's going to force her way out, even if that means she start the season on the Chicago roster. I bet you she ain't playing. Listen, because she already got records and she already done broke them. So she can afford, and we know she going back to Unrivaled. She can actually afford to sit down and have her own personal Angel Reese strike in Chicago and say, if you don't trade me, I don't play. And not only do I not play for Chicago, you know what that means? She won't be playing in the WNBA. If there is a season, we saw the season this year when Caitlin Clark don't play every game. Now imagine you don't have Angel Reese playing games to start the season because she's saying, no, not doing it. Not playing for him, right? Let's talk about very briefly, right? So I'm just going to roll off some names that say I don't want to be here. Since Candace Parker got so much to say about what she should and what she shouldn't be doing. Candace Parker in 2021, when you won that title, you left. And you said, I want to be closer to home. Hold on, but you just left closer to home to go back to home. So that couldn't have been the reason why you left Chicago.
Right.
You just spent your whole career in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And you was out for 2 seconds and said, I need to be closer to home. No, you left Chicago, baby, because you seen the writing on the wall too. You wasn't the first person. Azurá Stevens, she signed with LA Sparks in 2023. She said, I'm not playing for Chicago. Did y'all know Emma Meeseman played for Chicago for 1 season? And did not resign after 2022. Not only did she not resign after 2022, they left such a bad taste in her mouth. She took her talents back to Belgium.
Yeah.
Okay. Diamond DeShields left, but she was traded. But she also said, I wouldn't go back even if they did want to keep me. Kalia Copper, gone, traded, wanted to be out. Marina Mabry said, get me out. I got to go. Matter of fact, y'all talking about what Angel said. Marina Mabry said the same stuff just 2 seasons ago and said, I need better players around me. I need a better team. This team can't win. Marina Mabry said that. I don't think that there was headlines talking about her. She need to give people's monies. She need to keep her mouth shut and keep everything in the locker room. I don't believe that. Courtney Williams said, gotta go. Peace. Can't, not worth my time, not worth my dime. Okay. Julie Alamon. These are names that are well known and well liked. Gabby Williams, well known, well liked. She said, Angel said, hey Gabby, won't you come on back to Chicago? Gabby said, never. Okay. So Imagine that. Imagine them fumbling the bag so bad that not only do you fumble the Angel Reese bag, which is a brand in itself, right? She keeping the seats. She's selling the jerseys. But you may potentially damage your name even further. Whereas you remember this last NBA draft where the one dude who ended up getting drafted to the Spurs said he wasn't going to work out for certain teams because he has no intention on playing for certain teams. I'm not doing no run through with y'all. Y'all, if y'all draft me, it is what it is. I'll be happy wherever I land, but I don't want to go to you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, understanding that these ladies that are coming out in college are coming in with NILs and they already going to be millionaires and this, that, and the third. Chicago is going to be the first franchise where ladies coming out into the draft saying, if I get drafted to Chicago, I'm going to force another trade. I'm not playing. I'm going to be out this year. Or I'm going to take my talents to China. I'm going to take my talents to Mexico. Because, again, you think they didn't want Kennedy Carter back? Kennedy Carter said, no, I'm good. I'm good. Ate too much shit in the WNBA. Y'all didn't ran my name through the mud in the WNBA. Y'all didn't say ABC about that lady. Saying she had hot temper. She can't be mad. She can't be she a bad teammate. That ain't what Angel said in that damn what Teresa Weatherspoon said.
And now she overseas over there getting averaging 30 and winning championships and all. Like, shout out to Kennedy Carter, man.
Shout out to Kennedy Carter. And again, one of the biggest names that was a super radical in the NBA is Stephon Marbury. When he realized that, oh, y'all playing with my name. Oh, y'all don't value me in the league. The uppers don't value me. Guess what? I'm going to take my talents elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? They have shrined him in China. He is that guy.
Literally.
There is Kobe, there is Yao Ming, and there's Stephon Marbury.
That's a fact. That's a fact. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Shout out to one of my basketball shoes outside. I'm like, Ma, I gotta get them Marburys. I went right to the mall, got that little star. Okay, I was hooping in my Marbury. They're like, damn, why you hooping in them $20 shoes? I don't care how much these shoes cost. These Stephon Marbury shoes.
I need some Starberries, man.
Come on, I need some Starberries. Okay, shout out to him. Okay.
Facts.
So that being said, man, I feel like Angel really needs to flex her power, and she has to do it loudly. This is not the arena where silence and you being humble and you playing the game by the rules is gonna get you anywhere. That shit don't get you nowhere.
Yeah.
And if you look like us, you gotta be a rule breaker. You gotta be a rule breaker. LeBron broke the rules. KD broke the rules. I mean, come on. You gotta be a rule breaker because the rules are meant to keep us confined. It's to keep us blind about what we can achieve.
Mm-hmm.
And rules keep us limited. If you anything like me, I don't believe in no limits. Okay, shout out to Master P. No limits.
Bought it. We bought it.
Also, your out for the season Barbie, Sophie Cunningham had something to say too.
Oh shit.
And I just
But wait, before you get to that though, I got a question.
Yeah.
I got a question. Do you feel like, or how do you feel like, you know what I mean, whatever. What if Chicago make good transactions this next off season? Right? Do you think Angel will still what she will stay? You think she will want to stay? Or do you just feel like her time, even though it's only been 2 years, she got to go? I mean, mind you, they are about to get a new practice facility next season, you know, so I feel like that's an upgrade. Mind you, a couple of times this year they played in the United Center, first time ever. Yeah. First time ever. I think they had 2 games scheduled in United Center this season. All right. Yeah. So do you feel like with the upgraded practice facility, I feel like they're going to try again with the United Center because they couldn't do it they played there, but Caitlin wasn't playing. So it was like, dang, that was kind of a waste to a certain extent to even have that game there. But obviously when you plan it, you don't plan on injuries or trades. You know, you don't really plan on that. You just going off of like, okay, just like Washington, they played the game in the Baltimore. You know, they played the game in Baltimore for the Indiana. They played the Fever because it's just an anticipation of a certain matchup or whatever. So, do you feel with the upgraded practice facility, another game or two United Center, that and with additions, a couple additions, say they get Enrique, right?
Yeah.
Say they get Enrique, right? Because she's a free agent, right?
Yeah.
Asia ain't gonna go there, so we ain't gonna go Asia. But say if she go there, say if Enrique go there, say if Jackie Young go there, right?
Yeah.
Or Kelsey Mitchell, right? Say if you get one of them two guards and Enrique, well, they all guards, but I'm just saying, one of them point guards, either Jackie Young, Enrique, and then but I think Enrique's staying in Dallas. So I honestly think she's staying in Dallas. But just a good guard, one of them, and then like two good free agents, though. Basically, what I'm trying to say, or even if another a rookie guard, a good one in the first round. Do you think she will stay, or do you think her time in Chicago was just done?
It's a wrap. I think based on her words, she said she wants to finish her career in Chicago. Like she's not looking to go anywhere. But if the situation around her, if the environment around her, whether that's on court, whether that's coaching, whether that's GM, facility, and everything else included, is not improved, then it would behoove her to stay. I think that's what she's saying. I think she's saying, y'all, my hands are tied here. Okay. Like, I'm going to do whatever is necessary for the team. And she said that before plenty of times. I'm going to do whatever necessary for the team. I'm going to lay it all on the line. I'm going to run through a brick wall. I know what I'm bringing to the floor, but I got to have some willing soldiers next to me. Because what we don't know is that if she saw people quit on her, like, we don't know what the morale in the locker room is. We don't know how the temperament has changed from at what points in the season. Was it on high? Was it on low? These are things that the fans are not privy to. Media is not privy to. So what if from her perspective, she's saying like, listen, I can win with certain people on this team, but there's other people on this team that I don't care how good they are as far as skill set. Mentally, they ain't got it. And if she's won on every level except for WNBA at this point, right? She know the mental makeup of a winner. Right. And it's crazy that somebody like Tyler Marsh, who was around winners as a coach, don't know what winners look like. It ain't about what you do on the court. Because again, Tristan Thompson is not the type of power forward or center you're going to be like, yeah, I'm building a team around Tristan Thompson. However, I
would take them. No, I would take that. I would
because
take them.
Because it's certain types of mentality. It's a certain type of grit. It's a certain type of hunger. Like if you're not salivating at the idea to win a game, if you're not like drooling at the idea to bust somebody's ass, like if that's not how you playing, I can't play with you, because that's the energy that I move with everywhere I go. Right. And so if you one of them passive people, or like we look at Kawhi, right? And on the outside looking at Kawhi, he doesn't look like the winner. He doesn't move around and act like he's the guy. Except for we've seen evidence of him being the guy. If we had no paper trail, if we had no proof that Kawhi really is like that, nobody would take a chance on that dry as a rock demeanor, that attitude that like, it's like, dog, are you here? Hello, knock knock. But that's an atypical type of winner, right? That's a dude like Tim Duncan that I can show you better than I can tell you.
Facts.
But in the WNBA, like if either you are going to tell me and show me, or you're gonna shut the fuck up and just simply show me. And on that team, you really only got one other person that's pulling up and showing you something that gives you some type of, oh damn, this might be a threat over here. We got somebody in the chat. Shout out to Eric Alford. Shout out to Eric. Eric says, look here, no legit free agents are coming to Chicago. Between the team not having her back since game one, raggedy underline raggedy vets icing her out, them caping for Sloop.
Yeah,
Jeff
I tried.
getting players. Come on.
Yeah, 31.
Remember all them 7-day
Right.
holler contracts that they was issuing out
The
like
7-day
mid-season?
hollers.
Them 7-day holler contracts. They was like, oh, we signing the Marquisha, we signing so and so. Boy, if you don't
Haley Jones, man. Haley Jones.
First of all, how do Indiana keep a clip in a holster every time somebody go down? They like, shit, reload. How Indiana keep 2-3 clips in them? You feel me? But Chicago, one key person went down, Vandersloot. They lost. Fuck. We don't know what to do. We lost Sloop. Girl, you ain't have much with Sloop, dummy. Now shout out to Sloop. She going to the Hall of Fame. Okay?
Right. Facts.
But Sloop ain't moving no needles in this age in her career. She's not getting you over the hump.
Yeah.
Eric says Jeff publicly calling her out because he said, hold on, I ain't done yet. Jeff publicly calling her out. Marsh not holding vets accountable. Them bluffing on the practice facility. Angel ain't coming back to this BS. She gone. Poof. Goodbye. Deuces. I want the best.
Shout out to E, man. Shout out to E.
Exactly. Man. And not just Angel, right? Because I don't want to just isolate her. There are other women in the leagues that had very valuable complaints about their team, about their coaching, about their management. Okay, we could talk about Jewel Lloyd. We could talk about De'Erica Hamby. We can go on and on and on. We could talk about Della Don, right? It's a reason why she's not in the league right now. She had real serious beef with Washington in the WNBA with health issues. Okay, so there are this is not an isolated issue. However, by Angel being one of the biggest names, imagine Indiana Fever doing this to Caitlin. You know, last year Caitlin had a coach, and Caitlin said, "I don't want this coach." Her new coach. You know, Caitlin said, "I need better pieces around me." You know, they got her better pieces. They brought in Sophie. They brought in Natasha Howard. They re-signed Kelsey Mitchell. Come on now. They got DeWanna Brown. They got all these people that said, my person, our franchise player, the face of our team, the anchor, said she needs different pieces to make sure that she's operating at her best level. Right. And they did that. They didn't argue. They didn't say, well, Caitlin, give us another year. Just play with just make this work. Or, you know what? Don't talk about it. Just eat shit and keep moving. Because you're going to be great regardless. It's not about Caitlin being great. It's about surrounding her with other great players. Come on now. Eric says Jeff want his players pale and or docile. Exactly. He don't want you to have a voice. He does not want you to feel empowered. He wants you to be a robot. He wants you to get, and that's why he got a robot coach that he can control in Tyler Marsh. Not to mention, the players are saying they don't want to go to Chicago. What if Tyler Marsh is bounced? What if Marsh is bounced? He over there somewhere playing golf next year, right? Because I don't think he get another job unless it's an assistant coach. What person, what coach want to then go and coach Chicago? We have yet to talk about the coaching turnovers. We keep talking about the OG players, the elite players that said, I got to go. We haven't talked about the coaches that said, you fired me, but I was leaving anyway. You fired me, but thank you. I didn't even know that was the best decision that you could make as regards to my career. Because I know Teresa Weatherspoon like, shit, I'm glad they fired me. Because ain't no way. Look at how vocal Teresa Weatherspoon was just with her players. Imagine if Teaspoon is the coach, witness this bullshit, witnessing the debauchery, witnessing them try to force Angel to play when her back is hurt. This is in the first stint of the injury mid-season, right? They was like, Angel, you got to come back. We're losing too many games. We need Angel. And then she comes back and they talking shit. We need Angel to do more. What? Y'all smoke. All right. Yep. All right. Sneaks and Cleats. Shout out to Sneaks and Cleats.
Yes, sir.
Y'all let us know in the chat too if Chicago got better players. You know what I'm saying? Got a solid point guard, young, youthful. Okay, key players that hit shots when necessary and consistently. New facility and all the good things, bells and whistles. Does Angel stay? Does Angel stay? And should she stay in Chicago? Eric says they would have to sell the team and clean house. Everything connected to this regimen got to go. I would agree. I would agree. It kind of looks like I'm a Browns fan, right? I hate to even say it out loud, but I'm gonna say it out loud and online, so I can't even change my mind about it. I can't take it back. I'm a Browns fan. This is what this sounds like. It doesn't matter who's the quarterback. It doesn't matter who's the head coach, who's calling the plays, who's the defensive coordinator. It doesn't matter who's a special teams. Y'all calling the plays on the field. Y'all calling it from the box. It doesn't matter. This franchise is so dysfunctional. It's going to be anybody coming through that motherfucker going to smell like stink until they get off, until they get out of there. It's amazing that Myles Garrett is doing what he's doing, but he's big and fast as hell. I mean, he can't help but to be good. But usually the really good players on bad teams, they like, no, I'm not wasting my time over here, because your days are numbered in sports. You can have a season not ending. You can have a career-ending injury any game, or an injury that takes you. Look at Lonzo Ball. He ain't played in what, 2.5 seasons?
Damn there.
I mean, he played a little bit last season, but in the last 3 seasons, I think that man has played like 40, 50 games in 3 seasons. There are 82 games a season, y'all. That being said, you gotta, like she said, I gotta take care of my body. I gotta put myself first. And unlike the other Angel, she's talking about some, you got $1 million endorsements. You gotta think about your team. You think LeBron James was when he was the highest paid rookie? You think he walked into that Cavaliers locker room talking about some, hey, y'all, I got y'all, because I'm that multi-million-dollar dude. So I'm going to go ahead and break off Ira Newble. Yo. And so I agree with Eric. They will have to clean house, but if the management don't change, and that's why I'm bringing up the Browns, if the management doesn't change, it doesn't matter. The management has to change. And the only way management can change is, like you saying, they will have to sell the team. And I don't ever see that happening. Well, I don't see that happening no time soon.
Yeah.
However, we didn't know that the LA was going to sell. So the team's been selling. Boston's selling. Everybody's selling.
I was about to say Connecticut, and it talks right now of Connecticut being sold and possibly moving to like being considered a Boston team, like Boston,
right?
Whatever. But real quick, shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's watching. We are live. This is her rules. We are here for people that's new to the cast. We are here every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have not, we ask that you just do, just do us a favor. Just take a couple clicks. Do your phones, couple scrolls. You want a laptop? Just a couple. You know what I mean? Just subscribe first, comment. We've been doing it all WNBA season, and we're gonna continue to do it once the WNBA season is done. We're going to women's college basketball. I got sneaks and cleats on my end. We cover women's basketball in general, football, other sports, and all that. But it looks like we got some new people in here. So appreciate y'all for pulling up, tuning in. That's what we do, man. That's what we do every Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's your boy Hustle, our girl Najee. She over here. She over here. She might be over there.
Yeah, yeah, that way. The other way.
All right, this way.
All right, the other way.
This way. All right.
The other way.
Oh, this way.
That way.
All right. On my screen, you over here. Though. On my screen, you over here. That's why I'm like, you never know how to mirror. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, my girl Najee, but for me, it's she over here though. But you know what I mean? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to us. But nah, man, I was looking up the Chicago Sky coaching staff history, right? As far as the head coaches.
Mm-hmm.
They were an expansion team, a lot obviously outside of the initial 8. Other than that, it's a lot of expansion teams, right? So Chicago Sky came to the W in 2006. They've had 8 coaches since 2006. They had their first initial coach 3 years. After that, the next coach 1 year. Coach after that 2 years. Coach after that 5 years. Chapman 5 years. Then another 1 year. Then we had 4 years. Then we had 1 year. And then now we're currently on Tyler Marsh, which he's not getting 5 years, right? So that I'm just saying that to say that's an issue too, right? You got coaches like Coach Popovich, right? Yeah. You got coaches like Phil Jackson, right? On the women's side. Even on the women's side, it's kind of a turnover. I ain't gonna lie, it ain't too many coaches.
I think she's been the one that's been there for forever.
For Minnesota, yeah. Yeah, for Minnesota, yeah. She's been through the dynasties, you know what I mean? But that's why, I mean, when it helps.
Right.
When it helps, right? If you win 4 championships in 8 years, yeah, you better keep that coach. Yeah. You better keep that coach. 4 championships in 8 years, you better, yeah. You know what I mean? So she is the longest tenured WNBA coach right now. But outside of that, it's a couple 1 years, 2 years, 4 years, 3 years, couple 5 years here and there. But like we said, this year was 8 new coaches, 7 new coaches as far as like the team from like the coach from last year, and then Golden State, obviously they had a new coach because it's a whole new team. So 8 new coaches. But if you want to just scratch that, for the sake of this conversation that we're having, 7 new head coaches. 7 new head coaches out of 12 teams, right?
13 teams.
I'm not counting Golden State because that's of course they don't have a new coach
because that comes with it.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So outside excluding Golden State, 12 teams, 7 new head coaches. Like, come on now.
Yo, over half of the league got new teams this year. Is what he's saying.
Got new coaches, and that's just I
crazy.
feel like it's hard for a player to get comfortable, especially for a player that's on the team for a while, right? It's just hard for somebody to get comfortable in the certain system because every coach have a different system. Even if it's the same system, is ran different though.
Exactly.
Everybody has their own little nuances and my specialty. Like, yeah, we gonna run like this type of offense, right? And it could be the same technically, it could be the same type of offense, but I still got my own wrinkles to it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Exactly. Or it could be something totally different. Now it's
completely
like, come on, man. I just learned this and now that's hard. That's hard for a player, regardless of what they're professional, collegiate, whether they're getting paid or not that's just hard. I'm used to this is what we did for 8 months last season. Now you come in, and which was respect to you because you got your own. This is what I'm assuming worked for you wherever you came from, right? Yeah. So I respect it, but it's hard to adjust. It's hard to adjust. Angel Reese, this is her second year. She's there with 2 different head coaches right now, right? And then next year, say she get traded. All right, that's a third coach. Say Tyler Marsh get fired. It's a third coach.
And look,
either way, her 4th year, I highly doubt is in Chicago unless they do something crazy. So she's going to be on like 3 different WNBA head coaches in 4 years. They all playing different expectations. Everything is different because once the head coach is gone, that whole coaching staff is gone. So now everything is
all different. Your trainers, everybody gone.
Everybody gone. Now we starting all the way over, and you got to think, depending on when it happened, we might have time to adjust. We might not, because you got to think too. What people don't know is that during the off season, and I think every sport, it's a certain times where you can't be in a team practice facility.
Yeah.
Even though you're employed on that team, you're kind of not employed during the off season until
it's like tampering and shit.
Yeah, until the voluntary workouts come up. Once like a month or 2 before the season start, then you could start going because they got voluntary workouts, involuntary workouts, OTAs, TAs, all that. So That's like a couple months before the season. So you probably got about 4 or 5 months, depending on what season, depending on what you're doing or whatever, that you're not with that team. Even if they got a new head coach, you might have a conversation with that coach, but technically y'all not supposed to be running plays. Y'all not supposed to be doing none of that.
No, you're not.
Yeah, exactly. So now it's like, okay, we got a new head coach, and then but we can't do nothing until a month or two, or a couple months before the season, and then that's gonna be different. Again, we got the WNBA draft, which is a month after March Madness, which is a month before the season start. So for the women, it's tough for the women, man. It's tough.
It's crazy
for the women because like they don't get time, and then like you said, they playing the Unrivaled. You know what I mean? USA Basketball at Unlimited. Like it's just a lot that happens to where, like you said, Angel Reese, I'm assuming she's gonna play, you know, in Unrivaled again this year. They won the championship last year. Shout out to the Rose team. They won a chip last year. So you gotta run that back, right?
And she like a face over there. You know what I mean? Like,
so she ain't about to get she's not about to get a real all season for a while.
Yeah.
She should be on the next Olympic team. You know, I mean, that's, you know, we got a couple of years for that, but still though, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I'm sorry, but you gotta adjust to your key player if you want to really build your team around that star player. You got to do what's necessary. Have those conversations with her and but as an organization, bro, you should know what you need, bro. Are you watching?
Man, you already know, bro.
Are you watching the games?
Yeah. If you don't know what you need at this stage, you're in the wrong industry. Like you're doing the wrong thing, or you haven't put the right people in place. Again, we started this conversation about it's not just knowing the tools that you have. Is knowing when to use the right tool at the right time.
Exactly.
Okay. So like Eric is saying, he's saying they've been courting Angel since Unrivaled in Chicago, acting like Angel finna be a good Negro and stay in her place. I agree. And like you're saying, with the Unrivaled, see, here's the dangerous place that the dangerous game that WNBA is playing. Because the ladies, if 3, 4, 5 key ladies in the W say we not playing this season, we're going to save our time. We're going to take the WNBA season off and play in Unrivaled. Candace Parker then took a season off in the WNBA and then played overseas. Diana Taurasi then took a season off in the WNBA in their prime, y'all, and played overseas. And that's when they was making pennies.
Right.
Okay.
It was different.
Now they making it. They just making $2 more than what Diana Taurasi and them was making. Like DT was making like 60 G's. Right. And she like, shit, I'm about to go over here and make these couple mil real quick. Candace Parker, $1 million real quick. Let me go and make in 2 or 3 months. Here it is. These ladies are making $200,000 in 2.5 months. Bro, they playing with fire as if the ladies just won't say, we just play elsewhere. We don't have to play. This is not, y'all are big and y'all have cameras. But now the cameras are not following the teams. Just like the NBA, the camera and the media is following the players. Before, we used to be just fans of our favorite WNBA teams.
Yeah.
I was a Cleveland Rockers fan. I can't name one person that played for the Cleveland Rockers right now that played back then. I can't name one. I think Michelle somebody, right? I can't name not one figure from that Rockers team, but I had season tickets. Shout out to the people in the community that said, I got season tickets. We gonna take Nash to every home game for sure. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Shout out to that.
You feel so. That being said, these fans nowadays and the media nowadays is switched. We right on the player. For instance, if Asia move off from Vegas, if that was to happen, which we don't believe so, we believe Asia, Becky, Jackie, and Chelsea are just a package deal. I think they're gonna be running together until they all retire together. I don't know.
Hopefully,
yeah. But that being said, if something happened with Asia, and she said, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing this. I want to rock with. I'm gonna be in the expansion team. I'm gonna be in Miami with my boo. We got an expansion team in Miami. I'm about to be down there with y'all. I guess I'm a fan of the new Miami expansion team now.
Yeah.
It's just like LeBron. Everybody go with LeBron. LeBron went from Chicago, went to Disney. Okay, I'm following LeBron.
That's I am with Melo.
Same with Melo, right? Exactly. And the WNBA is about to be the same way. Like, people ain't pulling up to Minnesota Lynx games just for the sake of Minnesota Lynx. No, it's because they got names and players over there.
Facts.
They got brains and images. They got people that are being followed. The stud buzz. It's like people want to see them. They just want to see the pink hair in real life.
Right.
You feel me? And so right now, if Chicago, if they do what I think they're gonna do, which is continue to bump their head, they're gonna be on the outside looking in, talking about some what if. Like the WNBA is looking at Unrivaled, like, damn, what if we just would have invested in that? Well, too little, too late now. You had first dibs, and you said no, thank you. You feel me? Again, Sneaks and Cleats, y'all make sure. Again, every Wednesday we do this at 6:30 p.m. EST right here on Her Court, Her Rules. Usually we give y'all a weekly recap, but today we had to do a little bit more deep dive on this Angel Reese situation. But next week, y'all, because the playoffs start on Sunday, we're going to be talking all basketball, the entire single minute of Her Court, Her Rules, and we're going to be on top of our chairs, standing on the desk doing it, because playoff basketball is the most exciting time to be a WNBA fan. I don't know if y'all know, but I know. And if you don't know, now you know. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Man, that first game do come on at 1:00, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Sunday. Make sure y'all tapped in. You know, I mean, I know some people gonna be torn between that and like football, because you know the NFL season is back in full effect. But thankfully, people like me, I got the app, so I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna be tuned into the NFL games first. And then that night, and then I'm going into Monday. I'm watching the games.
Everything is on, but y'all see the first week, right? Everything is on ESPN, ABC, ESPN, ABC, ESPN2.
Yeah, so y'all should be able to see them up until they get to ESPN2. Then, you know, it depends on if you got ESPN2 or not. But if you got ESPN1, well, ESPN, you should have ESPN2. So,
yeah, you should.
Man, tap in, man. Make sure y'all tap in, man. This is when they get real. This is when they get real.
Oh, man. It's about to cook now. This is
what we've been waiting for. The team was already locked in. Like we said earlier, probably some newer people in here now than earlier. So, you know, the teams is already locked in. Those are the teams as far as being locked in. The only thing that might change, technically could change, is New York and Phoenix might swap their positions. They're definitely going to play each other either way. They technically could swap after tomorrow's games. And then who else we said? Indiana and Golden State technically could flop after tomorrow's games too. So that matchup would be different as far as if Golden State and Indiana swap. That matchup will be different no matter what. New York and Phoenix are going to play each other. It's just a matter of who technically has home court advantage in that series. But Minnesota and Seattle should be a lock no matter what. And yeah, man, it's
quick. Hey, real quick, Hustle. Go around. First round, give me your predictions. First round, and not just the winner, but the series. What you think? We got Minnesota, Seattle. Give me your predictions. First round.
I feel like this is probably gonna be the no. I think New York and Phoenix gonna be tough too. I think they both gonna be tough. But like I said earlier, if there's an upset, it would be this matchup between Minnesota and Seattle. I said it a couple weeks ago. I ain't gonna lie. I got Seattle. I said it a couple weeks ago. I said,
yeah.
I'm gonna stick with it because nothing has changed, to be honest, for me to not go with what I said a couple weeks ago. The only thing I would have changed was if LA made it. I wouldn't have had LA beating Minnesota. But again, to me, Seattle was not an AC team. So I got Seattle.
Seattle in 3.
Yeah, Seattle in 3 for sure. I got Seattle in 3. I got New York in 3. I got
That's crazy.
I got Vegas in 3. because they got to play a game in Ball Howard. And I just that that crowd, that energy, they've been selling out 18, 19,000 every home game. I'm gonna give them the home game.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give them the home game. I just out of respect for their home court advantage. You know what I mean? It's just I watched a lot of their home games, and
yeah.
I ain't been to one, but I've been watching them. It's like that energy is just different. And I do got Atlanta in the sweep.
You got Atlanta in the sweep. So now that we talking about it, I think the first round can go 3 games for everybody. Now that I'm thinking,
it really
about
could though. It really.
I'm
could.
not
It
really
really
thinking
could.
about it, like, damn.
It really could.
As much as I would want Atlanta and Aces to sweep whoever they playing,
Yeah,
I just feel like
it
Indiana
could.
just they've been so tested this season.
Yeah,
And I know for a fact that they can win a game in the playoffs.
yeah, for sure.
And then Golden State as well. Like, they've been so tested, tried and true, actually,
Mhm.
that they can win a game in the playoffs. And all it takes is one win to force a game 3. I hate that we doing this.
Yeah, it should be 5. Like,
I mean 5. You know what I'm saying? But
we got to take what we could get, right?
yeah, we gotta take what we can get.
We got to take what we can get. Still an improvement from the last, 20 plus seasons. So we got to take this, and I feel like eventually it's gonna go to 5, 5, 7. I mean, it just, it's just gonna take a while. We just got the 7 games in the finals, so it's just, it's just all, about progression. Again, like we said, once more teams get in there, it's gonna have to go from, what is it, 8 teams right now? It's gonna have to be more than 8 teams in the playoffs eventually.
Yeah.
So, eventually it'll be 5, 5, 7. Eventually we get there. But we take this for what it is.
Yeah, I definitely take 5, 5, 7. Also, what I would take is a play-in. Okay, I would have loved to see LA and Mystics have a play-in. You feel me? Like, just try to get that, that 8th seed. So the records were so close between 8 and 10 for so much of the season.
So Seattle would have been in that too. Then
they would have been in that play.
They would have been between.
But actually, as they should.
It's gonna take more teams. You know what I mean? Like I said, we get 2 new teams next year, and then we get in another team in 2 years after that. So that's gonna be 3 teams, within the next 2-3 years. So eventually, hopefully, they get to the plan. But even if not, just move it to 10 teams, 9, 10 teams. Like you said, playing is cool. That's the idea now. They even doing that in college football now too, where they got the playoffs. They never had that.
Yeah.
It was always 1 versus 2, no matter what. Now they got the college playoffs and the playoffs in college football now. So I feel like the game is evolving. It's making sense, but it's evolving when it should happen. And eventually we get there.
Yeah, like just as we'll get more teams, more roster slots, more games being played every season. One thing about the WNBA, it is trending up, regardless of what all the BS drama that's surrounding it. You know what I mean? And sometimes it make me like just despise being in the know about a lot of things. Sometimes back in the day when I would just watch the game, like I ain't had an app, I just watch the game, is what it is. I know about the commotion around
I was just about to say that. And I feel like so that's like a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, back in the day, like Candace Parker said, if you ain't know that she had issues with the Sparks back in the day, like for some people didn't know until she just said it when that clip dropped, right?
Yeah.
Or when she actually had the episode, when she actually said it. Some people didn't know, right? Deladon, that's my girl.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people didn't know about that because you kind of just didn't know about it, right? But now, more lights, more camera, more attention, this is all gonna come with it. It happens all the time. Football, right? We always got to crossover sports. It just no pun intended, but crossover sports. It happens, right? Even in football, right? The Cowboys just traded Micah Parsons, right?
Oh, boy, did that break the internet?
Yeah, that did. It did. He just got traded to the Cowboys, right? I mean, to the Packers, Green Bay Packers, right? But I'm bringing that up to say it was issues there. Mind you, that sport is a big sport as far as like the eyes on it and all of that. So
it's America's sport.
It's going to happen. It's nothing you could do once them eyes are like, you want the eyes, right? You want the attention, right? But there's gonna be a lot of bad stuff that happen with that too. Don't always think, oh, we want more. You want more money, and okay, Satu, all right, you part of the Players Association, right? All right, y'all want more money, right? But you complaining about playing more games. You complaining on playing back to back. You complaining on playing 3 games in 5 days. You can't complain. You want more money, right? So all of that comes with that, right? That's all I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of good that come with having more eyes on you, more televised games, and y'all getting paid more. But then I got to think it's gonna be more expectations on y'all too. It's gonna be more bad. I can say bad news. It's gonna be more eyes on what y'all doing, whether it's good or bad at the same time, because that's what comes with it. You can't have one without the other. You can't. That's just how life works. Like I said, it's a double-edged sword, and that's what the W is going to eventually be seeing, is that you're going to see a lot of more negativity, but you're seeing more negativity because you're seeing more coverage overall, though.
Just overall. So we just
overall,
instead of just getting exactly.
Getting
and I'm glad
both.
you mentioned that.
Yeah, you getting both. You getting both sides of it. That's all.
Yeah, because really the WNBA just started really being covered. It would like the ESPN Sports Center, they didn't talk about no damn WNBA the way they kept. Like, I've been seeing so much news about the MVP raise. Paige dropped 44. You got Draymond talking about Paige. You got these, like, hold on. Since when all y'all people are so worried about what's going on over here in the WNBA?
Right.
But shout out to being one of the most popular sports right now in America. Outside of pickleball, because that ain't being televised. Outside of pickleball,
cricket,
WNBA is one of the most fastest growing, popularized sports in America right now. And that's because of the individual athletes, and players that are doing what they need to do on the court and off the court. And again, like you said, as far as the eyes, there used to only just be a little blurb in Sports Center, your local news or whatever. And if you don't have a WNBA team in your city, shit, you don't hear nothing about the WNBA.
Hearing nothing. That's a fact.
But now you got social media. You have these players coming in the league with fan bases, with their own media. I mean, people got bodyguards and whatnot. A lot of WNBA rookies live regular lives.
Right.
Okay, very regular. Still shop at the Walmart like me. Okay, they might even be at the Audi. You would never know. I bet you Diamond the Shield. Okay, she probably at her local Audi. You feel me? You would never know.
Chilling.
Until she see her at the LA Fitness, like, damn, she might be somebody, because she ready to hoop for real. You ain't just a regular chick coming to the court putting shots up. Nah. And so right now the WNBA is so many stars in their own individual ways. And these stars, just like a Diamond this year, right? Name might not be as prevalent and relevant right now today, but she got MLB roots. Like, she got brothers that play in the MLB. Her father is a coach. Like, you got a lot of women that don't just got to do this, is what I'm saying.
Right.
They can be doing other things. Okay. They can be like Michael Jordan, play professional baseball. There are a lot of women that can play other sports. Also, these WNBA players all have college degrees. For the 99% of them, all have degrees.
Yeah, because
some of them have multiple degrees. Some of them have engineering degrees and very technical, highly skilled degrees.
A fact.
That they can make more money in their degree, in their field.
That's a
fact. They have architecture degree, all type of stuff, y'all. And they make a fraction of that to play the game that they love. And so, however these players want to represent themselves to make sure that their career is being handled with respect, they got to do that. They have to do it, because we give that same energy and that same power to the men in the NBA. Okay. Jordan Poole said, I don't want to be here no more. They got him out of there. That's Jordan Poole. Now, granted, they sent him to the abyss in the Wizards. But again, even the players with not as much power and influence on that organization can make a decision based upon their career.
The fact.
Look at Kamilla for the Warriors right now. He said, "I'm not signing that bullshit contract. If you can't give me nothing real, I'll sit down. I'm betting on myself. I'm not with that. I'm not just going with the flow because y'all said so. Because y'all are the Warriors. Oh, and this is Steve Kerr, and y'all are championship pedigree, and this that. No, at the end of the day, this is still my career." And so Angel has the same privilege as every other player in any other sport who decides, okay, this is a great example because, you know, we love to talk about multiple sports here. Okay, we got to bridge the gap. Francisco Lindor.
Hey, yo.
Okay. The superstar shortstop
for the Mets, right?
For the Mets.
Right? Yeah.
Francisco Lindor was drafted by the Cleveland Indians. He played AAA baseball for Cleveland. He grew up in the Cleveland Indians organization. AAA, then became on the main team, then became one of the main guys. And then him and Ramirez, they was both the hitters. Like, they was really the combo. You got the shortstop, you got the second baseman, you got the combo, you got the infield secured, you got bats, you got outfielders. We got a squad now. This squad was so good. We went to the World Series. We went to the World Series the same year the Cavs was going to the finals. The Cavs when LeBron and they was going to the finals with Golden State. Simultaneously, the Indians was going deep in the playoffs every year. Why is Francisco Lindor not well, he's not an Indian anymore because the Indians don't exist. They're the Guardians now.
Right.
Why is he not a Guardian? Because he said, I want to be in Cleveland. I would love to continue to rock this Wahoo with pride. However, they don't want to pay for nobody. They don't want to give me what I'm worth financially. They don't want to get other supporting cast on this team, and you don't want to pay them. They have a low overhead, low budget. And so Francisco Lindor said, as much as I would love to stay here, y'all, I'm not about to stay here knowing that I'm leaving millions on the table because I'm going from a little market to a big market. On top of that, now I can actually position myself to win for real. And I'm going to ask y'all, why ain't Angel Reese the same? Pushes my glasses up. Why ain't she the same? Why can't she say, you know what? As much as I would love to stay here, I love Chicago. I love the people of Chicago, and the Chicago people love me. And I would love to give that love back. And it's just every year I just know what's up. Like with Luka, he said, I love Dallas. I love the people here in Dallas. I love playing in this arena. I love the fan base. I love my bro Kyrie. However, they traded me. And now I got to figure this new life out. And I think Angel was I think she is moving in a place like before they pull the rug up under my feet and bounce me up out of here, I'm going to make them know that I would rather leave if y'all don't want to come to some type of understanding because y'all are a business and I'm a business. That's the thing. They not looking at Angel as she's a business too. She's a brand too. And if the team don't align with her brand story, what she's trying to evolve into, it's like everybody wanted LeBron, right? He had to leave Miami because what? His brand. He left Miami. It was bigger than basketball. I got to be in LA, not just to play basketball and to carry on the historical tradition of winning championships, but because LA fits his model of business, his business model. All his LeBron James businesses run out of LA. So even if I would love to stay in Miami, but this don't fit my picture. And just from a business standpoint, it's organizations that say, I would love to bring in such and such, but they don't fit the picture. They don't fit what I'm trying to accomplish on the grand scheme of things. So if they can't align, i.e. the main player, the big shot, the hitter, and the management, if their ideas, if their principles don't align as far as what we are trying to accomplish as a team, I still don't believe Chicago is trying to win. Okay, I still don't believe they're trying to win. I don't know what they're trying to do. Maybe they just want to trade picks, get draft picks, sell out seats, and still lose. I don't know, but we had franchises for a long time like Dallas Mavericks that tanked every year until they realized, okay, now this is the guy. Now this is the team. Now we got something to work. Okay, we're not tanking no more. But up until Luka, Dallas Mavericks tanked every year. They wasn't trying to win. And then they got Luka. And then, okay, let me change the coach. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me add these pieces. Let me do this. And even after the first time Luka and them got to the playoffs, right? Luka said, I need more pieces. This is not going to work. I need somebody else. I need somebody else.
He like the Bron type. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's a playmaker.
And then what did they do? They got Kyrie. And then even when he said, I need a big, I need somebody that I could lob it up to. And then what did they do? They got PJ Washington. They got the people. Come on, man. Your franchise player don't deserve just that. She gotta deserve that. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just us on her court, her rules. And I know some other people that feel the way we feel, but once you start to really compare other players in similar situations to which the teams have bent over backwards to make them happy, it's really crazy that they're not doing that in the instance for Angel Reese on her behalf, not just on her behalf, but on the behalf of the team. And behalf of not looking like a bozo. Like, my image is valuable to me. I care about how people view me. Okay?
Yeah.
And as an organization, as a business, your Google reviews fucking matter. So if the reviews are saying Chicago ain't shit, that's what the reviews are saying.
Yeah.
All the new players, all the young players that will be in the WNBA, they're going to be like, I don't care what I do. My agent, don't ever make no trade with Chicago. I don't give what the money talking about. I don't care.
You just wasted your talent. You just wasted your talent in Chicago, and that, But I felt like we gonna know once this off season come, we gonna know what type time they on this off season. It's not gonna take till next. Again, it's probably it's at least 20 free agents, good ones too. You could scratch some off. That's not gonna go there. All right, cool. They're not gonna go there. Bad. But you got at least 20 real good, real good, or good, even if they ain't real good. You got pieces. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of pieces that's coming up in this next off season. So I feel like, we gotta wait till after October or November or whatever the case may be, see what happened. But early part of next year, early part of 2026, as far as literally the year of 2026, once the free agency thing opens up and everything is all settled as far as negotiations and all that, like, that's how you're gonna know. If Chicago goes without not making not one addition by April, I guess technically you would say, because free agency is a period, right? You know what I mean? You can't sign too early or whatever. So once like April come, like once free agency opens and they not making no signings, then like, oh yeah, they don't really care. But if they do a signing here, okay, get a point guard, okay, all right, they might be all right, let's see, you know what I mean? So I feel like, I don't know, I don't want to just give up on Chicago organization yet. Just because I just like having faith in like humanity and like everything, right? I just like
he's so nice.
You know what I mean? Until you prove me like absolutely wrong, right? Like, obviously we could speculate, and I'm not against none of the speculation. I'm on the side of the speculation as well, based on what they haven't done so far. But at the same time, we're gonna just speak on the future, and we're gonna say, okay, now we seeing what 10 wins, maybe 11 wins based on tomorrow. All right, 11-win season based off of almost making the playoffs. That's not good. That's a major step back. So now what we gonna do going into the next off season? So like I said, if I see them, draft picks, I mean, it depends on what the draft picks is. If you get a Hannah, Olivia got another year. No, Hannah got another year. Olivia comes out next year. So Olivia comes out next year. If they get Olivia, all right, cool. Like, you know what I mean? So it just depends for me. It just depends on like what they do in the off season, and then that's going to help me personally determine how I feel as far as the near future of the Chicago Sky organization.
I totally agree. And then by them being, the second to worst team in the W, I mean, they're gonna have a high draft pick, of course.
Right.
So here's hoping that they don't trade picks to get older players. You know what I mean?
Right.
That they don't do anything silly. But the guards, Azifud is the highest ranking guard that's coming out in the draft next year. Okay.
Mhm.
And then you have Olivia Miles, you have Tanaya Latson, you have Flaugier, you have Ashlyn Jackson from Duke. Um,
Go
I mean,
Duke.
so there are some really good guards that are coming out. Now, here's hoping that what if now this is since Hustle said he want to be a humanitarian, you know what I'm saying? He believes in humanity. I believe in humanity to a certain extent. However, okay, I'm just gonna leave it at the however. I'm just gonna leave it there. However.
Yo.
So
Hey,
what
yo.
if they are tanking for Flaugier? Y'all. What if I just thought about it? What if Chicago Sky, they're tanking for Flaugier because she's coming out in the draft? And what if Chicago Sky drafts Flaugier somehow? What if? That would be interesting. A Flaugier and Angel Reese connection. I would love to see that again, especially on a major scale. But again, it comes down to these individual players. Now, what if Angel is now telling people, "Hey, don't come here. I'm about to be out. Don't even worry about it." You know what I mean? We have no idea. We have no idea. I know, being a Cavs fan, I know that there was a time where Paul George was going to come to Cleveland. Okay, and somebody called him. An unknown person in the locker room called Paul George and said, "Don't come. It's a shit show." I believe it was Iman Shumpert, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I believe it was Iman Shumpert. However, oops, don't scuff my Timbs. Not yet. Not yet. I believe there could be some conversations in the off season, especially with Unrivaled, where people are in people's ears and people are having conversations about the things, okay? The things that they can't talk about during the WNBA season because you with your team, I'm with my team. I don't have time for gossip, okay? But now this is Unrivaled. We're off season. Let's catch up, girl. Let's catch up. We doing our thing, right? Let's catch up. Tell me how the shit went down with you and your peoples at your. Oh wow, that happened to you. I've never experienced that. Really? I can't relate. Y'all don't think that's gonna be happening on Unrivaled? Where Angel is gonna be talking to people and they be like, "Girl, I can't relate. That what you going through over there shouldn't exist. That shouldn't go down." I don't know. But again, y'all make sure y'all tune in every Wednesday. We go live 6:30 p.m. With our weekly WNBA recap. And then again, we're gonna transition right into the NCAA, Unrivaled, maybe even giving y'all some high school commentary about our top picks coming up in high school as well. So mother of one said, please don't send her to New York, Indiana, or Minnesota. I see. I would agree with that. I think Angel Reese needs to be where the new blood is. So I would like her. I think some things can shake in Dallas. Y'all hear me out. I think some things can shake in Connecticut. I think some things could shake in Washington, but they already are solidified with their bigs. But yeah, I think there are some places for her to be and be successful. And it could, like Hustle said, it could very well be Chicago with the right pieces. I mean, it makes sense for it to be Chicago. But I would agree. Don't send her to New York. Don't send her to Indy. Don't send her to Minnesota.
I don't think she will go to Indy because to be honest, regardless of what they say, we don't really know how Angel and Caitlin really feel about each other, to be honest. So true. I just feel like I wouldn't have that in my locker room because, like, yeah, they gonna say, because both of them have said, oh, we don't got no problems. Like, we you know, but you don't really
Yeah.
know, right? But we saying that because we only on the microphone for a couple minutes, we on camera for a couple seconds, couple minutes talking about it. You got to deal with somebody for 40 plus games, 4 or 5 months. Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest. So I don't think she would ever honestly go there. That's like, that's like Magic and Larry Bird being on the same team back in the day. Like, bro,
Right.
that's
Right.
like Isaiah Thomas and MJ being. That's not like certain rival. It's a rivalry. We gonna keep it at that. We not playing on the same team. It's just we just not gonna do that. New York, no, they got so them teams that just New York, no, they got bigs already. Like you said, it would have to be a team to where I feel anyway. I want her to stay in Chicago. I feel like that's her team, that's her city. I would want her to stay there. And but it's just like she could go to Dallas. Dallas would be cool as far as her and Paige would be a great one too. I would like to see her and Paige because
Yeah, I would
Paige
love
ain't
that.
going nowhere. Paige
No,
ain't
Paige ain't
going
going nowhere.
nowhere. So I could see her. I could definitely see her and Paige being on the same team. You can see there. I mean, any team that don't got bigs though, like
I
I
would
mean,
love her in Washington because they actually
Washington,
play in Maryland, right?
right,
So it'd be
right,
like coming
the back.
home. And then I listen, Angel and Shakira would be crazy together.
And Kiki. Yeah, that would be
All right, I'm about to break my glasses, okay? Woo!
The only thing with that though, I mean, I would probably the
You
only
bring
thing
Shakira off
with
the
that
bench.
was
I'm
that you
falling
would
for
have
you.
to put Shakira back on the bench,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I feel like so it just depends at that point, right? It just depends on what type of sacrifice you want to make for her. We just gonna speak hypothetically, right?
Yeah.
So with Shakira, right, this her second year, third year in Washington. So she was coming off the bench, and then earlier this season they started her, and she's been doing real good. Couple 20-point games since she's been starting. So I just feel like if Angel came there, she would have to go on the bench. And I just feel like that would probably mess up her confidence. So me personally, I wouldn't bring her there as long as I got Kiki and Shakira. Again, Shakira should have at least one more year off her rookie contract there. So now mind you, Shakira go. Then you got Angel and Kiki. I'm taking that all day. But just based off of like a player from a player's point of view, I just feel like that will probably mess up Shakira's confidence a little bit because, like, damn, I just earned the starting job last year, and then I bring in Angel. And then it's like you don't even know technically if Angel is even better than Angel. Like, you feel me? Because Angel, they both good players though. But to me, I don't feel like just quick thinking about it, it's not like a big difference between them two to me. To me. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Oh,
Angel
her
gonna
and we talking about Shakira and Angel?
Shakira and Angel. Like, if I'm comparing the two, like, I feel like Shakira could give you a 30-point game before Angel could, but then Angel gonna give you way more rebounds than Shakira. So it's just like it just depends on like what you looking for. But I just feel like they're like similar players to where I don't think I would sit Shakira for Angel though.
Well, you know what? It just really depends. You feel me?
Don't you
Like,
think the bench might do AR good? She's never coming off the bench.
yeah, she's never coming off the bench. I put that up there so everybody can see it and we can talk about it.
She's never.
I don't
She's
think she would
bench
ever
since
come off the bench.
she would never come off.
She didn't come off the bench in college. She ain't coming off the bench in the W. She
No.
does. Mother once said AR needs an OG mentor still active in the WNBA. I think Angel Reese, like she said, I need better players. So rather that is
her.
A center, and that's why I brought up Connecticut, because I think that Angel and Tina Charles would look great together on the court. Okay. Also, Angel and Nelson Adota would look great together on the court at moments in the game, right? But this is all contingent upon how Angel games evolves. Angel might be coming into the season next year literally being a point forward, where her touches in the paint might be reduced significantly because she, now if that's the case, then at that point she could play on the court with any center in the league because she won't be clogging up that space. Okay. And she's a playmaker. Most centers in the league, Shakira, Kiki, they ain't playmakers. They not looking to get people involved. Now, Kiki is a good passer. Okay. Shakira, I'm not really too honed in on her passing. I know her offensive as far as how she scores is at a high level. She's got a deep bag. But when it comes to just overall play, I think that Angel may have a more of a upside because her game is evolving to affect everybody else's game, not necessarily just to make her game better. She's improving her game to make everybody else on the court better. And that's a different level of leadership. And I think that level of leadership, like Mother of One is saying, cannot come off the bench. You got to be with the starters because you the engine that get everybody going. And when you have somebody that just is assertive and focused on winning, right? That person can come off your bench, but usually they come off your bench later on in their years, not at the beginning of their career. She ain't even got into her prime yet. I think again, y'all, she not even in her prime yet. We talking about a girl. This is her second season.
Mm-hmm.
What type of player would she be at her fifth season? Is she gonna be shooting 38-40% from three by season 5? Is she gonna be bringing the ball up the court like from inbound, like LeBron, like Luka? We have no idea, and that's the thing. We could speculate as much as we want because it's fun to do it, right? And it's the end of the season, so we ain't got nothing else to do but speculate and predict things. But what we don't know is where her limits are and where she can take her game. You know what I mean? That's why I got my Angel Reese. Okay. There's only 4 WNBA players that have a Funko doll. 4. Angel, Caitlin, Brianna Stewart, Angel, not Caitlin. Caitlin coming soon. 5. Angel, Caitlin, Sabrina, Brianna, Asia. 5 women. If they not saying that these ladies is the future, these are the future in the present. I'm sorry to tell y'all, it ain't Nafisa. Respectfully, though.
She gonna be like she gonna be like a Tim Duncan though. Like Fee is like a Tim Duncan. She gonna play 20 years. She is. You know what I mean?
Are you getting her Reeboks?
I am. Yeah, I'm getting them. I know. Yeah, I'm getting them.
No.
You ain't getting them? I'm gonna get them.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm not getting them.
I'm gonna get them.
I believe they priced themselves out of the market, a respectful market. Because I'm not spending $120 on no Reeboks. I didn't spend that on AI's Reeboks.
Yeah.
I'm not spending them on Angel's Reeboks.
I'm gonna get them.
Asia charges $90 for her shoe. Sabrina charges $100 for her shoe. $110 for Sabrina's shoe for a men's size. $110 Nike, fire Nike. I'm not gonna spend $120 on a shoe that I'm indifferent on the size, on the styling, the colorways. It looks clunky. It looks like a chunky shoe. I'm not hooping in a chunky shoe. I'm not hooping in the fat boys. Because I'm a guard. So if I'm a guard, like if you got size 10, size 11s, I guess it don't matter. Once you up that big as a woman,
it don't matter. It don't matter.
Hell, if I wear a 7 and somebody else is a woman wearing a 11, I don't care what shoe you got on. I'm like, Dad, that's a big ass foot.
Yo,
because it's a woman. Like, what you mean you a 12? What you talking about?
Hey yo,
you buy all your shoes in men's sizes. You ain't even got an option. So that being said, y'all, on the joke side,
I'm copping them.
They too fat for my foot. I like more of a you know what I mean, a sleeker looking shoe. And if I'm gonna get a clunky shoe, I'm gonna get some LeBrons. I mean, if I'm gonna just get kind of a bigger shoe.
Yeah.
And also I buy shoes like I don't even have the Asia. So let's be transparent. I don't even have the Asias because I buy shoes from people in my position, because I feel like people in my position do the things that I do, so they know what my shoe needs to do. So if I'm gonna buy a shoe, I'm buying the shoe that the point guards wear. I'm buying the Kyrie. I'm gonna need the traction. I need that type of shoe.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean? That's just for me. So I don't even know where you can go and try on a damn Reebok at these days. Like, do they got them at the Hibbett? Do they sell them at the Jimmy Jazz? Like, do I got to go to Reebok.com, buy one, try it on, see if it worked, and then return it? Is that
no? Shout out to
Reebok. Though, shout out to Angel Reese. I'm proud of her.
Shout out to Reebok, man. Like, I'm getting them. I'm not even hooping in them. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like,
bro, you can't hoop in them chunky shoes.
No, I mean, just period. Like, I plan on getting like everybody. You know what I mean? At least one pair of everybody's, but I'm not getting them to hoop in. Like, I'm just not gonna get them to hoop in. I'm gonna get them support. You know, throw them on when I go to a game, and that's really it. Like, I don't really hoop in, like, even though they're basketball sneakers, I don't hoop in like those type of sneakers though. Like, I really don't hoop in those type of sneakers for real.
Mother once said the last Reebok was Cardi, and as a New Yorker, we ain't buy them either. Again, see. Sneakerheads know, and just basic comment. Oh yeah, what part of New York we from?
It got to be New York, because it ain't upstate or nothing. Because we don't say New York, we say where we from. So it got to be New York City.
Yeah, probably somewhere there.
Yeah, because we don't.
East Harlem. Oh yeah, shout out to you.
Shout
out to you, East Harlem. Shout out
to you. Shout out to downstate.
Yeah. So I'm like, I can't. I just personally, I can't rock them, and then like. There is a sense of there's like basketball etiquette, like unofficial basketball etiquette, whereas your shoe dictates if you get picked up or not.
Yo.
And so there is no court in the world where you can walk onto that court wearing Reeboks and you getting picked up. They are going to look right over you.
Nah.
Not happening. I seen a dude at the court today. He had on them new jobs with the big old J on. He was happy as hell too. I said, see, never will you see that type of joy. Somebody busting out them Reeboks. Not unless they kids. And then if you would have priced them like Reeboks, if you would say, shit, these new Angel Reese, they 65, they the hot 65. Dame Lillard's, he's on his 10th Adidas shoe. Them Johns are $75.
Dang.
He on his 10th shoe, y'all.
Oh, that's crazy.
See, I don't get enough of I'm buying out of support. I bought Donovan Mitchell's first shoe, the little spiders, they red and blue. Ugly as hell, right? Hated them, right? I tried to hoop in them, right? I went to the LA Fitness. I pulled my little Spider-Man shoes. Listen, I really look like a fucking grade schooler. I pulled my little Spider-Man shoes out the bag, the Adidas bag. They're like, what is them? Red toe, blue heels.
Oh, no.
Nah. Do they light up when you run? Are them LA gears?
Nah.
I don't know. That's my boy Donovan. This is his first shoe. I gotta support him.
Hey,
and so when I realized that they don't even the athletes don't even be wearing this hot 65 bullshit. Jordan stopped wearing his own shoes. Y'all know that? Like, just because you got a shoe don't mean that shit fire. It could be whack.
Yeah.
Klay Thompson got a shoe. Whack.
That's a fact. Klay got a shoe, right? That's a fact.
Listen, he got a whole.
I think he got PEs though, right?
Klay Thompson with Kyrie now. He with actor, whatever that's called. Actor.
Oh yeah.
He Anta. Yeah, whatever they call. Yeah, he with them. Yeah, Jokic got a shoe. That boy, that looked like them. It looked like a winterized. You know them shoes, the Nike when they make the winterized shoe, like the winterized Jordan, the winterized Force. You know what I mean? It got that extra little layer of protection for the salt, because like our New Yorkers, right? They don't care what time of the year it is. They gonna get the tennis shoe that's winterized, okay? Because I still gotta wear my Forces. I still gotta wear my Johns, right? His shit look like a winterized Puma.
Yeah.
I said, what is now? I mean, Jokic got 3 MVPs and counting, right? What he on 2 or 3 now? 3.
3.
Well, I mean, if he wearing that shoe and is getting them MVPs, and I guess that's a good shoe. So until Angel start winning games, not just Angel, until her team starts getting significant wins, maybe get to the playoffs. Now I know you got a good shoe. You can't even make it to the playoffs in these damn Reeboks. Do they got a little pump up on it, make it run faster, jump higher, or something like that? I don't know. All right, y'all. That's it for me today, man. I talked enough shit for y'all. Okay, I done talked enough. Do we have anything that we need to add for Players F Up? If y'all don't know, okay, this is one of our finest segments where we go back and let y'all know that we made some mistakes. We show y'all that we're vulnerable here in this media space. We're not perfect, and sometimes we do have errors, either in stats or I put up a bad graphic. It got typos on it or something like that. I don't know. But this is the time this is our little confessional where we go to a confessional. I'm the priest, he the priest. Okay, hey, I effed up this time. This time I effed up. Did you F up this week somewhere?
Nah, but one thing. So after Brown left Miami, he went back to Cleveland, then LA.
Yeah.
But I was good outside of me last week. So we normally, of course, again, like we said, we do our episodes on Wednesdays live here on YouTube, Free Your Lenz channel, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But last week we did like a one-off. I ain't gonna call it a one-off because it might happen again. But we did a special segment. We recorded on Saturday, actually, as well. We did Wednesday, but then we double back, spent the block, pulled back up on y'all on Saturday. And before the episode, I knew my phone was charging. Like, I just knew it was charging. I knew it was charging because it's like, I know I got something. It's charging. Come to find out, it wasn't charging like the time that I thought it was. And because real quick, whatever I'm gonna say anyway. So real quick, so I got a switch or two in my house to where you gotta flip the switch for it to work. Like,
oh yeah, for the outlets to turn on.
Yeah,
same.
Exactly. So it was plugged up to that. At this point, I was, I wasn't even really paying attention. I just plugged it up and go. Like, this not even my, it's my other phone. You feel me? So I'm just plugged it up. I plugged it up. I spent off. Recording, phone died, middle of the episode, man. Tight. So that's where I effed up. Now I know I'm double put on charger.
You flip that switch next time, you heard?
Flip the switch and wait for the battery. All right, bet.
Okay,
you know what I mean? Go about my business. So that's where I effed up at. It happens, man. Players F up, man. Players F up.
Okay, this is the place where we could be accountable and we could be all right because we don't judge. This is no judgment zone. Okay, even though we be talking our stuff, and that's why I say respectfully on top of things, because for real, I'm just a person looking at the game. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else. You feel me? So I ain't got no skin in the game. I ain't got no skin in the WNBA. I don't know these ladies. I ain't got no phone numbers. I wish I had Angel number because I feel like she a cool person. I would love to talk to her. Hey girl, how you doing? How was your day, girl? Shit, what you eating for dinner? Like that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, we just be kicking it, y'all, and it's all respect here. Ain't nobody got no beef with nobody in the W. No media, no nothing. We are all here because at the end of the day, we love the game and we love the game of basketball. So that's a wrap for today's show. If you haven't, please, we are on a quest. We are on a road to 500 subscribers over here and on Sneaks and Cleats as well. So please, y'all go ahead and like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the subscribe, turn that bell on, so every time we go live, you are notified. And we might give y'all some more special weekend broadcasts because the WNBA playoffs are starting on the 14th. Right. And so we're going to be having games, Sunday through Sunday. And so we're going to be here Wednesday, but our watch and chill is going to be based on the schedule. It's going to be based on the WNBA schedule. So it could be a Tuesday. It could be a Saturday. It could be a Sunday. We just don't know. We know it won't be a Thursday. OK. And Wednesdays is we do it over here anyway. So pull up. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. Go to hustle _716. Follow him on everywhere, definitely on Twitter. That's where he be doing his Sneaks and Cleats mostly. And y'all make sure y'all follow his YouTube. because he's talking about football and boxing and all that. So let's go, y'all. We
All
keep the
that.
community growing over here, okay?
That's what we about.
Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. If you catching this on the replay, get in the comments. We reply to every single comment. Okay, we love the feedback. So whether it's positive, negative, or indifferent, just get in the comments. Let us know how you feeling. Say what's up. Hey, I like what you did. You know what I'm saying? Or yo, y'all ain't doing this right. Say it. Whatever. You know, it's just a comment. At worst, if I just hate your comment so much, I'll just delete it. That's it for me, y'all. Blessings, peace, and blessings to all y'all. And we will see y'all hopefully either this weekend, but if not, at the latest, we'll see y'all next week. It's your girl, Naja Lee.
Here, what's your boy Hustle, man? We out.
Peace and freedom, y'all.